What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Good evening. Happy Thursday. Y'all, we almost here at the end of this week. Oh, thank God. I'm so tired and sleepy, I don't know what to do. Y'all come on in here, hit that like button. Shout out to all of you all. I had to push this back a couple times because work, y'all know how it is. Work during the week. Because Maryanne thinks that we're a bunch of bums that do nothing. You have no, you snapping turtles. Some of us have jobs and whole lives. Can't make this up. I take great offense to that. She thinks we bums because we sit here and have content like she does. Girl. Y'all. So we have some interesting information to share. Shout out to KKC for getting some documents from the city. It's a 2020 inspection of one of the two bandos. Oh, Lord have mercy. We have a few videos to get through. Y'all, I'm already behind. Okay. So we're going to get through this information. I'm going to go ahead and get started on it. First thing I want to do, give a shout out to all of you all for tuning in, to all the mods and members and supporters, the Luxters here in the LLC. Thank you so much for supporting me here. And I appreciate all of you all. Umar, in case you don't know what a receipt looks like, I've posted one on the community board. It's for the internet bill for the LLC. I wouldn't have that bill if it wasn't for the two channels that I have here on YouTube. But, that's a receipt, Umar. When the hell are you going to show something like that to prove that you paying back any money to K-12 management for these two bandos that you keep telling everybody you bought? Can't make this up. Look, show a receipt that you paid the actual judgments for the munitions, Umar, that you paid it. Now, it's satisfied, but did he pay it? Who paid it? Y'all, we got to get started on this. I want to refresh you all's memory on something. Because this is something else. Shout out to KKC. I was checking out some of his live stream earlier today. Hey, Caleb, what's going on? Juju, Francisca, shout out to my mods. You all have the best mods on YouTube. Don't let anybody tell you anything any different. Saint Center, how you doing, honey? Caleb up in here. Melinda up in here. Y'all be Holly up in here. Get a clue. Y'all ready? Blinky, I think I love you. I love you too. Thank y'all for tuning in. Did you get the video? I email you. Oh, Lord. I have not checked my email since earlier when KKC was live. I just got through working, like literally. Artis, can you please upload that video and send me the link? I'm still trying to get your that video. Artis made a video, you all. Don't mess with the LLC. It's so dope. I can't play it. For some reason, I need an extension or something. If you can, please upload it and send me the link on your channel. That would be awesome. Oh, my goodness. I have not checked my emails, but I'm going to check them after I'm done for the day with the live streams because I want to go ahead and get through the information. We got a lot to try to cover. And I still have a Candace, Karen, Condoleezza live stream to do tonight. Plus, I have to work tomorrow. So we have so much to get to. But I will check it. I will look out for your emails. Caleb, y'all give me some time to check emails between tonight and tomorrow. I appreciate all of you all. Let's get to this. I want to refresh y'all memory. Oh, Lord. I know the truth hurts. Umar lied to you. Umar, do you recall? And I'm trying to pull this video up. Oh, we got some good stuff here. Hold up. Yeah, I'm trying to get it in order. Trying to get everything in order. Because I want to start off with this. Yep, okay. Let's get this up and going. You all remember I went over this information 5 months ago, dealing with the fire that allegedly occurred at the bigger Bando building, the one that's still boarded up and it's not in use. Y'all remember I went over that 5 months ago? It's funny how this video only got 2,600 views. Y'all come on, watch this video and get some views on it. I'm gonna drop the link to this video in the chat. It's in the Umar Oompa Loompa playlist on my channel. And I went over this video. What's going on? How you doing, Black Anonymous? How you doing? What's going on? Maryanne didn't lie about one thing. She keep us entertained. Oh, honey. Candace Kirk. I know, right? Cadence Condoleezza. Child. She catching it. It's about to be cockroach in a minute. Candace, I'm gonna start calling you cockroach. Here's the link, y'all, to this video here. I want to draw y'all attention to an interview he did with Father Baba Yaga, the man I call Father Moses Christmas, whatever. I did a timestamp. We'll go over just a little bit of this. Now, you guys can watch the entire live in this. It's only like 2 hours and 28 minutes. Back then, that's when I was trying to keep the live streams down to 2 hours, but cool, up and running. Let people. I just want to draw y'all attention to where he talks about this fire. And then he gives out a little nugget that you all need to hear. All right. So hit the phone where you can hear. Let's get to it. People see what we can do and then work on the other building. So why are you asking for money for 2 buildings to be renovated? Oh, let me go back.
So again, I'm just thankful. But now we understand. We got the security on it, the fire company on it.
Hold on. SUV was driven into a small gym and lit on fire, set on fire. Yeah, that's it. Here we are. We got it, y'all. We there. Yep. Let's go.
Yeah,
Sure,
try to compare what he said.
Yes. And I had it. I forgot.
Call him Omar. Yes, he reacted. Y'all, Umar is such a clown. They don't even bother correct his name. I don't blame him. Omar, you said a brand new Mercedes-Benz SUV was driven into the small gym where the average reasonable person would assume that small children, at least kids 18 and under, would be congregating together to play. Was driven into a small gym and then set on fire as if someone set it on fire. Not that that's what he says is the cause of this fire, y'all. That's what he says is the cause of this fire in 2019. Because he makes up dumb shit to try to delay opening up these bandos because he had no intention on opening up a school. But I want you all to pay attention to this. This is the cause of this so-called fire he speaks about.
That they were able to contain it to just 2 classrooms tell me that there was some divine intervention at play there.
That's very.
I want to go back. I got to go back. Hold on. TV. Y'all tell me. Umar, I'm not quite familiar with the rest. So who is RGB TV? Yeah, I don't care. Is this okay to happen or what? For me to play this video? Yeah, because it's weird as sector. It's okay to show. I don't know. See.
Sir, that's good. I'm glad you were able to join us tonight. So what's going on in Dr. Umar's world at this time?
Well, today was a bit melancholy because someone had broken into the Frederick Douglass building on the FDMG campus down in Delaware, and they attempted to burn the building down.
What?
Did I hear that?
Yes, sir. Thank God someone saw the smoke and the fire company came and they were able to put the blaze out miraculously in enough time where...
So you said someone broke into it and lit it on fire. Okay, that's the first thing.
It only managed to destroy 2 classrooms. The Douglass building is a large high school, 1 floor, but it's large. We have about 16 classrooms. We have a very large modern gymnasium. We have a lunchroom. There's a lot of space in there.
Identity?
And the fact that they were able to contain it to just 2 classrooms tell me that there was some divine intervention at play there.
That's very interesting.
But y'all saw the permit that said 4, right? Y'all, we all see this, right? 4 rooms. 4 rooms with damage. We all see this, right? Because I refuse to go to whatever alternate reality Umar and Father Moses are sitting in right now. Why is Father Moses? He sounds like a what? Like he gossiping. Am I the only one picking that up? Yo, all right, I'm not gonna pause it.
Did you have security cameras?
We have a few, but now we're about to take it up a notch, and I'm also going to put full-time human security as well. Because as you know, with the electronic security, there's still always a way to circumvent it.
We're hackers.
Yeah, so we're going to have, beginning tomorrow, there's going to be full-time men who are going to patrol the campus. They won't always be visible, though, because we're going to try to...
Well, what are these men at? Umar, you got some men securing and patrolling this bando? Where we found, on the video where you found a dead bird inside the gym and some backed up plumbing. Is that the bando that still got some men secure in the building? Or is it them trifling heifers that keep stalking people because, you don't own that property? Every time someone goes up there and record, you got these weird ass women taking photos and stuff. Is that it? Is that your armed security or your security patrol, Umar? Because, you got to own the property to do that. You don't own shit. You call the cops out there, they're going to remove all y'all. I'm just saying. Who the people patrolling the property, y'all? He said he was going to get the people to patrol the property the next day. Y'all, this is 5 months ago, you all. We listened to this 5 months ago. Okay? 5 months ago. He's still on the same bullshit. Y'all see why I have not listened to the entirety of his interview with the Breakfast Club. I wouldn't even dignify that as an interview. I'm going to just call it a chicken head squabble because that's exactly what it is. Umar the chicken head, Charlemagne the chicken head came together and had a chicken head session inside of a radio station. Squabble. A bunch of chicken heads sitting around pecking at each other. Grown men, to be exact, because you can't make this up. Same old shit. We reacted to this 5 months ago. The interview was years ago. Where the security at, Umar? Omar. Where the security at again? Who are these men?
They're doing it, so they're going to be in a cut, trying to find out who these rascals are. But since we purchased the school, February.
Yeah, who are those security that was supposed to catch the rascals? Why was there not a police report if you believe it's arson?
Of last year, 2019, Bobby David, we have had so many brushes with negativity. We've had people spray paint defamatory comments about me on the walls of the school. Someone drove a brand new Mercedes-Benz SUV into the small gym and set it on fire, and it destroyed the fence to the playground, and it destroyed the rear light to the small gym and set it on fire. And comments about me on the walls of the school. Someone drove a brand new Mercedes-Benz SUV into the...
Stop right there. Yeah, let's stop right there. President me talking here. Have you all heard him say this ever since then? That a brand new Mercedes-Benz was driven into the gym of the smaller building. This is my VDR did 5 months ago. Here we are now, March 26th, the year of our Lord 2026. Have y'all heard of that again? And then he said they lit it on fire. So now we're getting 2 different causes of a fire in the buildings. 2 different ones. He said the car was driven into the smaller building and that someone broke into the bigger building and just lit that shit on fire. What the hell? So why is it the smaller bando being renovated and gutted for fire damage like the bigger bando was, allegedly? Because, Umar, when the hell did that happen? And why don't you have a police report and a fire report? You understand the type of renovation that building would need if someone drove a brand new Mercedes-Benz into a building? Do you understand the implications of what that accident report should look like? He doesn't have insurance on these bandos, by the way, you all. Just as an FYI, there are no insurance policies covering these bandos. Keep that in mind. So who drove a brand new Mercedes-Benz into a building with FDMG on it? When did that happen? I want y'all to just soak this in. This is what he's saying happened to the smaller building. And it was lit on fire. My God. Stop right there. Whew. If y'all don't like me pausing, I don't know what to tell you. You can go on this YouTube channel. Let me drop the link. And you can watch it for yourself all the way through. Because there is no way in the hell I am not going to stop it right here where it has, you guys see what this caption says. Brand new Mercedes-Benz SUV into the, that's it. Who in their right frame of mind? I'm gonna fast forward just a little bit. Mercedes-Benz SUV
and set it on fire. And
I want y'all to hear this. SUV in
him and set the school. Someone drove a brand new Mercedes-Benz SUV into the small gym and set it on fire, and it destroyed.
Pause. A brand new Mercedes-Benz SUV into the small gym and then set it on fire. As if no news, police, fire department, any person with a camera would have not captured that. I couldn't believe it then. I couldn't believe it then, y'all. What?
That's right.
Yes.
He did not say he posted it.
Okay.
And then,
is that relevant to the school?
No. Yeah, because I heard something about somebody, a radio station, WYP.
I had to fast forward a little bit.
Someone has been snatching the trees out of the ground in front of the school. I mean, we have literally been going through it. And the reason why I believe a lot of it is personal is because the school was vacant for 4 years.
Nobody touched it.
And nobody touched it. Nobody touched it for 4
Nobody
years.
touched the trash either.
And now all of a sudden, issue after issue, with the latest issue being the attempted arson.
The attempted arson. Was it arson or attempted arson, Umar? Omar, you lying bastard. Was it arson or attempted arson? Why do we not have a police report on this? Y'all notice he said the smaller gym had a whole car go in it, a brand new one, a Mercedes-Benz, and it was lit on fire. Then he said with the bigger building, somebody broke in and just lit it on fire. You know what a incident report from the fire department show? The cause of the fire. What started the fire? I want you all to just hear this because we're going to get into an inspection report that, shout out to KKC, he was able to get from the city going back to 2020. Okay. Just so you all can hear it from the dumb horse's jackass mouth, Omar, saying that a car went into a building and somehow there's no documentation on that at all. Wow, this is priceless. I just want y'all to hear this because it's so stupid. Omar was intentionally done. Where is the damn police report for that? Yeah, it's nowhere. Where's the fire report? Why do we not see a fire report with that? We see. So let me pause it. So I just want y'all to catch that. All right, you guys, make sure you go back and check this out. This is my video where I reacted to this 5 months ago. 5 months ago. 5 months ago. So I wanted to get that in. I wanted you all to see this. Let's go over here to. Hold on. Let me pull up the report. So now you all can kind of get an understanding of what the hell is happening here. So shout out to KKC for this. This is fantastic. He was able to do a FOIA request and get this information. And I'm going to make it big because I want you all to see this. Child. Who, Lord have mercy. So this here is the first page of the it's three pages in this document here from the city of Wilmington of a violation Oh, Lord have mercy. Y'all see City of Wilmington at the top, Department of Licenses and Inspections, 800 North French Street, Wilmington, Delaware, 19801. Phone number is 302-576-3030. If you want to call them and get any information, you can. Email them, get a FOIA request in. As you all can see here, responsible party. That's Douglas with 2 S's. Frederick and Garvey, RBG, International Leaders, P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware, 19804. And then, of course, the vacant property address, which is still vacant to this very day. And I have the vacant properties Excel spreadsheet from the city. Properties are still vacant, of course. I mean, because they're vacant. How can anyone consider them schools? This is why we keep calling them bandos. Vacant property address is 610 East 17th Street. So there are 2 buildings, which generates 2 different parcel ID numbers, kind of like ID tag numbers for these properties. One is for 610 East 17th Street. The other one is for 611 East 17th Street. Okay. The 610 building is the bigger building. It's the one where they found the dead bird. Are y'all following me so far? Hit the 4. This is the one where you just heard Umar say someone just broke into it and lit it on fire. He said there's a smaller gym where a brand new Mercedes-Benz was driven into that, and then that was lit on fire. Because, someone would be dumb enough to drive a brand new Mercedes-Benz into a building and set that on fire because reasons. A brand new Mercedes-Benz. Because for some reason, he thinks that's something that normal people would do, like in their right frame of mind. Listen, I've never even came across court documents where you have some of the most extreme arsonists go out and do something like that in a brand new Mercedes-Benz. That might, do that like a 1990 Toyota Camry or something. But a brand new Mercedes-Benz? Somebody finna light a brand new Mercedes-Benz on fire. Umar, you're an idiot. You are an idiot. So the vacant date you all see here is October 3rd, 2016. Then you have a bill number, an account number, a statement date, November 1st, 2025. This is last year. And due date, January 2nd of 2026. What is this referred to? This is $12,000. That is due for vacant property registration fees. This is the fees that Umar got mad at the city last year for not doing paperwork for him as if they work for his dumb ass so that he can get a waiver. Because he said that being a 501c3 allows him to get a waiver for those fees, even though he doesn't want government funding. But he wants the government to give him a waiver so that he does not have to pay these fees to the government. Do you all understand? Umar, how can you say you don't want government funding, but you want the government to waive a fee? Make it make sense? Does this make sense to anybody? You can't make this up. So he wants the government to give him a waiver for $12,000 for just one of the 2 bandos. But he doesn't want to take government funding. I know the truth hurts, but Umar lied to you. Either way, he wants the government to help his dumb ass out. 12 grand is what he owes. This is after, y'all, this is billed after the writ of monitions was satisfied with the court. After that, the writ of monitions was satisfied, and I'm going to tell you all the exact date. On August 21st, 2025. You all see the due date here was for January 2nd of 26 with the statement date of 11/1/2025. These fees they don't go away because Umar doesn't want to pay them. That's not how that works. So as soon as he got somebody to pay the judgment for the writ of monition, which covered 2 buildings, both properties, he ended up getting another bill, which goes to show he's not even staying on top of doing the paperwork to get a waiver. But he got mad at the city for not filling it out for him like they owe him that. Because he has no staff, no secretary, no admin assistant, no board, no teachers, no nothing. So in theory, he would have to do all this shit on his own. They don't owe him that. They don't have to do paperwork for him. I don't know what it is about this Umar sector thinking people are supposed to be their personal secretaries and admin assistants. That's not how the hell this works. So now he's still got a $12,000 bill for just the 610 property. And both buildings are still vacant, meaning he would have a bill for the 611 property as well. Both buildings are still vacant. So there are vacant property registration fees he has to pay on both buildings. Does that make sense? That's where we at right now. So just so you all can see, let me show you all what's in the court system from what was paid on this particular. We're only looking at this one parcel. Yeah, here it is. This is for case number N as in Nancy, 25J as in Jack, -02114. This is the writ of monition and the judgment that was rendered against FDMG, where they owed money. And as you all can see here, based on the tax parcel number ending in 028, which is the 610 East 17th Street, you all see all this money he had owed previously. Okay. The vacant registration fees was $15,500. They don't go away. He claims that he gets a waiver for that, but he didn't want to do the paperwork, to which it seems like he still didn't do the paperwork for it. He didn't get a waiver. You know why? Because the judgment was satisfied. So someone went and paid this bill. Y'all see here? Judgment satisfied. There you go. So the fact that he got another bill November 1st of 2025 for $12,000 is an indication he never did the paperwork to get a waiver. So now he owes 12 grand just on this one particular parcel ID ending in 028. Do you follow me? That's where we at right now. Who knows how much he owes on the other building? Because they're still both labeled as vacant. So August 20th, this judgment was satisfied. I've been asking for 1,000 years. Who the hell paid this judgment? Because Umar has not presented one receipt, proof of transaction, that he paid it himself. And I'm not inclined to give him that credit. I don't owe him that. Just like I don't give him credit for buying a building when he does not even have his name listed on the deed. Nor is it on the city's website. Nor has he produced any evidence to show that he used any money to purchase a damn thing. So whomever paid this judgment off, paid off the judgment to include the vacant property registration fees. So when another bill came in, he never did do the paperwork to get a waiver. Why should he if he doesn't want government funding? So now he owes 12 grand. Past due, Umar. It's past due, you Oompa Loompa. It was due January 2nd. So let me show you all the vacant registration list. I told you all we got a lot to cover. But I want to make sure I show this to you all in order so you all can see this. So as you all can see, you can go on the City of Wilmington's website, pull up their current list of vacant properties, and it'll either be downloaded in Excel or PDF file. I got the Excel version here. You all see 2026 vacant property list. And if you look at row 131 and 132, y'all see that there? 610 East 17th Street, 611 East 17th Street. And this is the Douglas, Frederick, and Garvey, blah, blah, blah. These are schools still sitting on this list. And they've been vacant since October 3rd, 2016. Y'all see that here? Still on the list. They still there. So you got the school here, Douglas, Frederick, and Garvey, and then you got Douglas, Frederick, Garvey, RBG, International Leaders. They're both buildings still sitting on the vacant property list. So both properties are still generating those vacant property registration fees. So far, the one for 610 is $12,000. One can only presume that the one for 611 is probably around that same amount. And this is just based on the writ of monitions and the amounts for the properties that he had to pay last year from court. Because I only pulled up one case. Each parcel ID is treated as two separate cases. So for 610, it was $15,500 in the writ. Now it's $12,000 based on the statement. 611 still on here, so they have vacant property fees they have to pay for 611. So if Umar has all this money to pay Maryanne $68,600, why hasn't he paid these vacant property registration fees again? That's if he gave her $68,000 damn dollars. Maryanne, do you understand why we keep saying that he didn't give you any money? Not one coin. Because what he should be doing with the money, he's not doing with it. And he clearly did not get a waiver. And I don't know why Umar would want a waiver, seeing that it would come from a local government entity. Umar, you shouldn't want a waiver. So y'all see here, these two properties are still vacant. They're not schools. Nothing happening with them. Funny how that works, huh? People lie like hell. Something else. Umar not serious about a damn thing. Y'all with me so far? Because I just want to make sure we going through this. Now I'm taking y'all bit by bit with me. So let's get back to the document from KKC of this violation. So as you all can see here, this is the 610 East 17th Street, $12,000 he owes. And I'm sure that the other property has fees that are due as well. More than likely billed on the same date because they're both the same, under the same FDMG LLC. And so the registration fees will come due for both properties at the same time. So here it is right here, Umar. Why haven't you paid this bill? KKC just got these documents yesterday. So they're past due. We're in March. But he had $68,600 to give to Maryanne. Yeah, okay. So let's get to the next statement. Now that we all know how he's still having to pay these vacant property registration fees because they're still vacant properties. They're not schools. This is a violation. And as you all can see here from the City of Wilmington, the responsible party being the school listed. And then you have the certificate number. What you see also is a violation number. Violation number is basically like any other citation number. If you got a parking ticket, you will have a citation number on that parking ticket. Then you have the parcel number ending in 028 over here for that 610 East 17th Street property. That is the bigger building. 610 property building equals the one with the dead bird found in the gym. Umar knew it was dead, and he knew it was black mold in there too, because we watched the camera footage of him acknowledging black mold inside that gym where a dead bird was found because it was so gross. So that's the 028 parcel ID number. Then you have the inspector was Nolan Michaels. The date inspected was June 27, 2020. Y'all see that there? Once again, you have the premise in violation, meaning that this is the address for that bando that was in violation. That's the 610 property. Right? They didn't have any occupants or anything because it's still vacant. So as we see here, it reads on the above date, the Department of Licenses and Inspections performed an inspection of the reference property. During the inspection, violations of the Wilmington City Code and or the International Code Council were discovered. The violations described below must be repaired within the time period noted. Within the time period noted. So they would have until November 16th of 2020 to become compliant. Typically, you get, I think, 60 to 90 days to come into compliance. Depending on the severity of the infraction or the type of violation itself, you may not have that much time. So we'll go over this table in a second, but the time frame is listed below that you would have based on the violation to have this addressed. Does that make sense? When the repairs, okay, hold on, let me go back up. Please be advised that a building permit may be required for certain repairs, additions, alterations, or replacements to the structure. Please contact the Department of Licenses and Inspections for further information on permitting requirements and to make application for a building permit. When the repairs are complete, please contact the inspector to schedule an inspection. So once the repairs were to be done based on the violations noted below, then they would have to come out and do another inspection. That inspection would be to see if you've come into compliance. What you should not see anything indicating that they're in compliance on the actual violation. When you get a ticket for speeding, it's not going to reflect that you've paid the ticket or you went to court, because that's just simply the actual citation itself. Do y'all understand? I don't expect to see anything saying this is in compliance. What you're seeing here is the date you have to become compliant. Because you can't be in compliance on the violation. I know this might seem a little confusing, but you can't say that you're in compliance on the actual violation citation itself. That would be noted in a separate inspection report, because you got to go back out to see if they came into compliance. And what I have not seen, I don't know if KKC has been able to pull that or anyone has been able to pull a final inspection based on the violations noted to see if there was ever any repairs, anything done to come into compliance. Getting a permit is not the same thing as the inspection report. Y'all follow me? Hit the phone. You want to make sure we all on one accord. What's going on, y'all? So I'm trying to see y'all's comments right quick. I don't know why it's taking so long. What's going on, Stork? Umar's completely supported by the white man's government. Yeah, he wants a waiver for this. And it's like, dude, no, you don't take government funding, remember? Why you want a waiver? No, don't expect them to give you a waiver, Umar. Not necessary. I mean, he can pay it now, 68. John, yeah, he said wipe it off. That's what he said, y'all. He was told was black mold inside the bigger building in the gym. We watched one of the throwbacks, and that's when he noted that a lady found a dead bird, and they thought a bunch of bleach and Fabuloso was just going to clean that up. That's not how that works, but whatever. And he was told about black mold inside of the gym, and he was like, yeah, we're just going to wipe that off. That was his response to black mold, because he didn't take time to Google or anything like that. He was too busy trying to be live stream talking about cookies and peach cobbler and dumb shit. That's what his mind was on food. Plus, they had food in the gym. Can you believe it? Yeah, I could have sworn I saw Popeye's chicken in there. That's where we at. Yeah, this is crazy. It's something else. It's something else. Shout out to all of you all coming in. Let's get back to it, y'all. Because I want to get through this first before we get back to the videos. So, oh Lord have mercy. Hold on. Let me get back to the document. All right. So once you get all the things done, you got to contact the inspector to come back out to do another inspection. That would have had to been scheduled. That is something that we should be able to see on the website for the city of Wilmington. At least an inspection scheduled. Okay. Now, whether you can get the inspection report online, I don't know. This is a violation. So I haven't seen this readily available online. And KKC did state that he had to do a foyer for this. I don't know how much he paid. Make sure you guys go show him some love. And I even asked him how much, did it cost. I'm willing to give him a blessing for this because this is absolutely awesome for him to get this. So once the department has confirmed that the required repairs have been made, the matter may be closed. If you require additional time to complete the repairs, you may request an extension in writing from the inspector prior to the expiration of the time period, stating why the repairs cannot be completed within the time period allowed. If you fail to make the repairs within the stated time period, a criminal summons will be issued and you may be subject to a fine. You may be subject to criminal fines weekly until the violations are repaired. The reason why they do the criminal summons is because they want to enforce the fines. And if you do not enforce the fines, that is an actionable charge that can be filed against you in the court of law, meaning they can charge you for failing to get the repairs done. And if anything happens, then you're held liable criminally. Then they can step it up. You'll end up, being charged and then have a court hearing and all of that, and possibly even face more fines and jail time. Initially, they typically start with fines, especially if it's not like a repeated offense sort of thing. You're not just infamous for failing to adhere to these city code violations and fail to address them repeatedly. Sort of like what we read about with Maryanne Lorient's father. He just ignored them. But I don't see any information showing that this was a repeat pattern of behavior with FDMG. So more than likely, he would have been fined first, but it would have been a criminal summons because they want to enforce it. All right. So should you have any questions or to request a meeting with the inspector or to schedule an inspection of the completed repairs, please contact the inspector at the email address or telephone number listed above. And that would have been to Nolan Michaels. Okay. So more than likely, unless something's wrong with Nolan Michaels, he would have been the same person to go back out, do the inspection again, because these cases are assigned to these inspectors and they typically work them from start to finish. So what we see here now is the table with the descriptions for all of the violations here. You have the sections or the citation code, and then you have the days, compliance date, and location. So for each of the descriptions here, you see as a result of the violations listed below, the structure is deemed unsafe. Violation must be corrected within the time period noted or the dwelling vacated. These properties are still vacated, y'all. They're still vacant. No one's been in them. They haven't put any kids in them. Thank God. They have not opened the doors saying, oh, school's open. No, they're vacant. Then you have the section here, day 0, compliant, and then compliance date by November 16, 2020. Location, and this is for room. RM is room, FLR is floor. Does that make sense? So room is like the general interior room. And then you have requires that no owner here for the second description or operator shall let to any person for human habitation, and no person shall occupy any dwelling or dwelling unit which has been condemned and placarded. And then you have the section here, and then you have the days, compliance date of November 16th. I think the compliance date is the same for all except the one at the bottom. And then, of course, the room is just in general interior. All of them are just general interior room. There weren't any floors or anything. For that building, I think it's one floor. And then you have unsafe structure, responsibility of owner, repair/replace fire, smoke, and water damage. Then you have restore electrical service, restore natural gas service, and this compliance date at the bottom is November 9, 2020. So once again, I have not seen an inspection, a final inspection on file with the city's website where these issues, these violations were addressed. What I have seen is a permit. Okay? A permit does not mean that the work was done or completed. What's throwing some of us off is the word here that either it must be corrected within the time period or the dwelling vacated. And I think because they're still vacant, they may have been gutted out and cleaned, but they gave the option to have them vacated. So as long as no one's going in them, then the need for just renovated repairs and upgrades and all of that is not necessarily mandatory. It would only be if they plan on putting kids in these buildings. And you all heard from Umar that the smaller gym had a brand new Mercedes-Benz driven into the gym. Y'all. A brand new Mercedes-Benz drove into the smaller gym and it was lit on fire. So why aren't we seeing this for the other property? I don't know. You would think both properties could have had these inspections done, right? Let Umar tell it. Both properties have been lit on fire in two different ways. Neither of them were insured, though. Funny how that works. But he wants vacant property registration fees to be waived by a local government. Make that make sense? No, this is supposed to be funded by Black people only and no government funded. That means you don't get any government waivers either. Because all that is just saying you don't have to pay it. No, go ahead and pay it, Umar. You got it. You won't tell anybody what the else you're doing with donation money. You could at least be doing what the money is supposed to be used for, and that's to fix up these bandos and turn them into schools, even though they're still sitting on a vacant property list. Not being used at all for anything. You can't make this up. And I implore you all to go on the City of Wilmington's website and go see for yourselves. It's still there. So as you all can see here, here's the table. And let's go to the last page here. Oh, the KKC King Kong crazy. Oh, that's so epic. A written petition setting forth the principal points upon which the appeal is made, specific reference to the provision of the applicable code sections upon which the appeal is based, the names and addresses of the owners of all other properties affected by the appeal. 2, an administrative filing fee of $50. If your appeal is successful, the fee will be refunded to you. So if he wants to appeal this, he could have. I didn't see anything indicating an appeal was done. So, like I said, the lingo that they use is get the repairs, get the violations corrected or vacated. And they've been vacant. So, that's it. Now, like I said, he's not going to open the bigger building. We're going to go back to the video where he says that. I just wanted to get the fire thing out of the way. All right. And then here's where you should, send the appeals. Once your written appeal and filing fee are received, a hearing will be scheduled before the board. Since there has been no evidence of a hearing before any board with the License and Inspections Review Board, I'm just going to assume that he did not appeal this. But if you all come across something, by all means, let me know, and I will be on the lookout for it. At this hearing, you may introduce evidence and witnesses to support your appeal. An attorney may represent you, or you may choose to represent your appeal on your own. The board has the authority to affirm, modify, reverse, vacate, or revoke the action for which the appeal is being made. Written notice of the board's decision will follow the hearing. The board shall hear and decide appeals in accordance within its rules, regulations, and procedures by order of the Department of Licenses and Inspections. Sincerely, Michael A. Boykin, Commissioner, Department of Licenses and Inspections. There you go. Y'all, that's the full letter. Shout out to KKC. Ayo. Let's get some supers in right quick. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button as you come in. Can you all see in here? Just want to make sure y'all can see in here. What's going on? Y'all hit the 4 if you can see in here. I just want to make sure y'all good. Peace, peace. What's going on, Receipt KKC? How you doing? What's happening? Y'all hit that like button. Shout out to you for getting this FOIA request completed. I see Enterprise up in the chat. How you doing? What's going on? Enterprise up in here, y'all. Hope everybody is well. Shout out to you. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure we all up in here. User 225 sent the 199 super. Who founded Apple? Answer Steve Jobs. Well done. Well done. Umar, you might want to get one of those. It's called a job. You'll need to do it a resume and application. Because the rate that this is going, yeah, if you're not even trying to keep up with documentation to get a fee waiver, you got to pay the money. And you should want to pay the money, Umar. I thought you didn't want the government's help. Now you an EBT, Umar? Because, you know, your people keep calling everybody else that. Oh, I love rubbing stuff in their face. Oh, you can't make this stuff up. Shout out to you. Thank you for the 199 super. We got another from Miss Independent. 199 super. Liar, liar. Daishiki on fire. Shout out to you. We got the Doe Eyes TV $10 super. Towards Rick. Just kidding. Blessings. Listen here. Maryanne, I told you. You had the right one on the wrong day, girl. Shout out to you, and it will go towards my rent. Thank you. What a blessing. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Enterprise, what's going on? The $2 super, what's going on? What up, sis? I'm in here. LOL hashtag where's the school? Where's the school, Umar? Because so far they're still vacant properties. Well, I'm loving this today. So, thank y'all so much for the supers. I appreciate it. Y'all, Jada Informant is up in here. KKC is up in here. If I can get the mods to drop. YouTube channel links. Enterprise is up in here. Let's see. Who else? Any other content creators up in here? S-Files, if you're here, drop your channel links. RTs, drop your channel links in the chat. Let's get you some support. That's what YouTube community should be about. Supporting each other and uplifting each other. So KKC, Jay the Informant, Enterprise Entertainment, S-Files, RTs, all the great content creators. Drop, if you're mods, drop your YouTube channel link. You don't even have to ask. All right. Just drop your channel links, drop your video links, things you want people to see and check out. Feel free to drop it in the chat. Y'all don't ever have to ask. I appreciate you all so much. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We got more to cover. Miss Congo with the $2 super. Powerful, powerful. Thank you so much, y'all. Let's get to this. Let's see. I want to just bring you all attention to the actual. Oh, where is it? Where is it? The deed. Just to refresh you all's memory. And Umar's. Because Umar, you forget to have the copy of the deed. Shout out to Lennon Honor. Sent me a copy of the deeds over here. Now, here's why I keep saying, how does Umar own anything? Because, Umar, your name will be somewhere on this. You don't even have proof that you are a registered agent of the LLC or FDMG. Here are the parcel numbers, you all. Y'all see the parcel numbers over here? The first one ending in 028, that's the 610 building. The second one ending in 027, that's the 611 building. Y'all see the information here, the barcode there. And this is something that could be retrieved from the city of Wilmington as well. Copy of the deed with a FOIA request. This deed made the 6th day of February in the year 2019. K12 Delaware RELLC, a Delaware limited liability company. Let me zoom in. Party of the first part and Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy, Corporation of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Party of the second part. Umar, where you have your name at? How are you connected to this at all? K12 bought those bandos, y'all. They purchased them. What we have not seen is a transcript or receipt, proof of transaction, nothing from Umar, where he's paying back K12 a damn coin, or that he's somehow affiliated with FDMG LLC. So when he's saying he built an institution, how? When you didn't buy the bandos? And if they're still vacant, Umar, why are you keeping the bigger building if you know you're not going to open it? And we're going to get to that part of the video because he says that. He said that it was only his intention to open the smaller one. I'm going to play the video so that your words can be heard, Umar. I can't make that up. Y'all see it right here. Here's the deed. His name not on here. He doesn't even have himself listed as the CEO or president of FDMG LLC, the actual LLC registration. Nor does he put himself as such on the tax documents. Y'all know how he lists himself on those tax forms as a director. He just lists himself. He doesn't even give himself a salary. So how does he own anything? See, what I'm not obligated to do is to give him the benefit of the doubt that he bought anything or that he's paying on anything, especially a bando. No more than I give him the benefit of the doubt that he paid towards these judgments. Somebody paid it. But where's the evidence that he paid it? Where's the receipt that he paid the judgments for the writ of monitions? Where is that at? Because somehow Umar just doesn't want this stuff to be connected to him somehow, but he wants the credit for it. Make it make sense? So Umar, when you're not listed on the deed, that's not a joke. You're not on this deed at all. Your name doesn't even show up. Your signature's not on here. You're not even signing as a witness. Y'all look, the witness is not, he's not even one of the witnesses' signature. Y'all see K12 Delaware RELLC. James Ryu, president. Nowhere on here. No signature of Umar's anywhere on here. That's not his signature. So no, I don't give him credit for any of this because he can't prove that he has anything to do with this. He owns nothing. And he would, and it's been said that he is paying towards these bandos to K12 management. How? They bought them flat out. And if he doesn't have his information connected to the FDMG LLC registration for that LLC itself, then what obligation does he have to pay back K12? So what exactly is he doing with the money that he's raising for these schools? What is he doing with it? What is he doing? I mean, this is what's so crazy. He won't show proof of how the money is being spent, but he's raising money for two bandos. Now let's go back to this video. We're going to go back to this video where he's going to tell you all about the intent for the buildings. And I want you all to hear this. Here we go. I'm gonna play it right here. You guys always, please make sure you check out this full video in its entirety. I have the links to the original videos in the description of this one here. But check this out. This is on the Umar Johnson playlist on my channel. Let's get to this. Field cow manure to roam this earth. The smaller one open to restore. Did he be dead already?
Yeah, they don't care.
Baby.
They don't
What
care
is
about
wrong
our
with you,
children as much as they
Umar?
don't care about us.
Yes.
What the heck did this dude just say? What did you say? How old is Father Moses? You want to lie for Umar Johnson? Yeah,
I'm simultaneously the most loved and the most hated scholar at the
Wow.
Oh, you're just the biggest and the dumbest.
So now we will be able to go to the contractors and take the bids and see what it's going to cost to get the Garvey building, which is the smaller of the two, up and running, because our agenda, our plan is to get the small school up and running, show people what we're going.
Y'all see that? The agenda was to get the smaller school up and running. I want to make sure y'all hear that again. Because he keep raising money for 2 buildings. He keep raising money for 2 buildings now. I want y'all to hear this again. He told this for Father Baba Yaga, and that's somebody he trusts, right? Father Baba Yaga kisses his ass. That man look like he's all about 99 years old, kissing Umar's ass. Old fools running around here on earth. He just said this. I want y'all to hear this. He just told himself, Umar, you are the dumbest and most idiotic, self-snitching, greedy ass, little Debbie Swiss roll belly field. Let me go back. Because Father Moses is capping for Umar Johnson.
Both is.
Literally.
Wow.
Absolutely. And, you know, we really needed all the funds we got now to get the Marcus Garvey building up and running. So on a good note. So that's the bad news.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to burn us down. And we got to get the fire. We got to get the fire damage fixed and the fire water fixed. So we got to spend money we didn't even have to spend.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's what's hurting. But the good news is across.
You know what? He never showed receipts that he spent that money. I just want you all to take note and take heed to what he's saying. And he doesn't really repeat himself on these things because he knows people are going to keep asking questions about it. People who care anyway. Because his conscious community is not doing shit. Father Baba Yaga doesn't push back on him. Like Charlemagne and everybody else to sit here and kiss his ass. They don't push back on him. But they don't think twice about, what did he just say? A brand new Mercedes-Benz drove into the building and lit it on fire? Who did that? Where's the police report? Where's the fire report? What do you mean? That's not normal. That's not something you just don't report. Someone drove a brand new Mercedes-Benz into the smaller gym and no one caught that on camera. There's no police report at all. What you talking about? This is supposed to be a building associated with Umar Johnson, the most loved intellectual, black thunkhead, brainless scholar on earth. And no one got that on a video. No one called 911. I mean, we should be able to get body camera footage of the police going out to the incident to see a brand new Mercedes-Benz sitting inside of the wall of a small gym of a so-called bando affiliated with Umar Johnson's wannabe school on police body camera footage. We should be able to get that body cam footage, don't you think so? Because the police should have been out there, right? Umar, why the hell do you not produce any police reports for this?
At the Marcus Garvey building, the architect is finalizing the blueprint. So now we will be able to go to the contractors and take the bids and see what it's going to cost to get the Garvey building, which is the smaller of the two, up and running, because our agenda, our plan is to get the small school up and running, show people what we're going to do, and then, you know, engender more support and then raise enough money to restore the big building.
Stop. Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? This is 5 months ago. I did this reaction video. He is still going on podcasts on Breakfast Club, Charlemagne the dumbass, all these people. raising money for 2 buildings to be open when he just said that he had no intention of opening both of the buildings, just the smaller building, and then raise more money for the bigger building to be open. You know, the one that had the dead bird found? The one that's vacated, according to this inspection report going back to 2020, from all those violations noted, where they had the option to vacate it or fix it up. He vacated it. It has not been open since, and it's the year of our Lord 2026. But he claimed that he spent money he didn't have to spend to have it fixed up. Umar, what the hell was fixed up when you vacated it? You had a permit, but you didn't have a final inspection report. You have not produced receipts that anything was repaired. Gutting it out and cleaning it out is not the same as repairing and fixing it up, making it usable for kids to go in that building. Totally different. He was supposed to contact the inspector and have a second inspection done. I'm going to go to the city's website so you all can see how that was not done. The only thing that was done was a permit to clean it out, not to make repairs for the 610 property, the one with the dead bird. He never had any intention, get this, on opening the bigger building. And this is the same building, the 610 building, where he currently owes $12,000 for vacant property registration fees. So the question would be, why would anyone pay the writ of monition judgment for the 610 building if he has no intention of even opening it? Why would he pay the current bill of the $12,000 if he has no intention of opening it? And if he's telling you all, hey, we owe 12 grand on these fees, I need you all to hit the Cash App and the PayPal. Now you have enough evidence and information to say, why do you need the money for that if you don't plan on opening the damn building in the first place? It's been vacant since 2019, really, since K-12 management bought the building. Fire or not, it's been vacant. It's still on the vacant property list. And then you had no intentions on opening it. I want y'all to hear this one more time. And then we're going to move on, because we got a lot to cover.
Right. So now we will be able to go to the contractors and take the bids and see what it's going to cost to get the Garvey building, which is the smaller of the two, up and running, because our agenda, our plan is to get the small school up and running, show people what we're going to do, and then, engender more support, and then raise enough money to restore the big building.
Stop. So y'all heard that. Y'all got that? Hit the phone. He never intended on opening the bigger building, just the small one. So all this money he has raised for the aspect of 2 buildings to open up, the writ of monitions from the court website to open up. Why? Why did you have anyone pay this judgment? Why is this satisfied if you weren't going to open this building? Why did you pay all this money on this? Why doesn't he give it back to the city again? That's a good question. I'm glad you asked. Because it hinders his grift. See, people, the grift is raising the money for 15 years, throwing out false hope that he's going to open a school. But when he tells on himself, which is what he just did, now you understand why he's not paying bills. Because he had no intentions of opening this particular building. This is the parcel number for the 610 property. Y'all see that parcel number right here? Ending in 028. There you go. This is what someone paid all this money for what? If you add all these amounts up, that's a lot of money. Why even waste money on this? Because the grift is to fundraise on the idea that this is going to open one day. But you already heard him say he's only going to open the smaller one first. That's why the bigger building is still boarded up with all that black mold and has been vacated according to the violation report. No intention of doing that. But he just had someone spend money on this judgment for no damn reason. Expecting a waiver on this bando for no damn reason. Because he's not going to open it. You can't make this stuff up. So let's get to the city's website. Because I want you all to see here how he keeps playing in everybody's face. And yet, nobody sees anything wrong with this. Well, let me not, nobody. The conscious community don't see shit wrong with this. You know, they think this is cute. Him and his little cohorts of geriatrics sitting out here playing in people's faces. Because in their mind, you know, this is fun for them. Make sure I put this in right. Because he knows he had no intentions of opening up these buildings. Not the big one. So we're on the city's website. Okay. You all see here the 610 East 17th Street. There's only two under this Douglas Frederick Garvey here. For some reason, the statuses are still active. So let's take a look and see what the hell, you know, is going on with this. We're going to click on the first one. The differences are the amounts that you all see here. So that's how we know we're dealing with two different permits here. It's the amounts. So the first one for $36, let's click on that. This is general repairs / changes. Okay. Mind you, this was supposed to address the violation report that KKC pulled that we just checked out in the beginning. These are only the permits. Keep that in mind. Just because you get a permit does not mean that is an automatic inspection that's going to follow. You have to schedule an inspection to occur. And since he had the option to either make the changes or vacate it, he vacated it. Now, even if you want to clean it out, you still need a permit to do that. So as you all can see here, we're going to pull this up. If you click on the details here, it's going to take you to, and this is for the permit. This was only $36. He make it seem like he's spending millions of dollars on these permits. They don't cost that much. Y'all can see the building permit here. Issued date, July 22nd, 2020. Expired September 5th, 2021. And then you have the contractor name and the contractor ID number. So if you click view permit image, this is what's going to come up. Right here. So you all can see here, this building permit must be displayed on premises in a prominent place. You all see here, issued July 22nd, 2020, expired. You got this contractor, Dependable Construction of Delaware, and their information and all of that. Permit number, application number, contract amount, $3,000. Interior clean up of 4 rooms with fire damage. Not remodel, not renovate, not installation, clean up. Y'all see what I'm saying here? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Because we're just reading the words on the paper. He got a permit for them to clean it up. That doesn't mean that it was renovated. That would have cost a lot more money. This would have been a lot more detailed. You have more supplies that would have been entailed, a lot more labor. And this is contract amount $3,000. This is just to clean up 4 rooms, which is listed on here. He said only 2 rooms were affected in the video. As you can see on the permit, they have 4 rooms. General interior. Y'all seeing it? Just so y'all can all be on the same page here. Hit the phone. Yeah, this is where we are now. Shout out to KKC for getting this report. Ginger Spice, how you doing? What's going on, Uncle Mo? How you doing, honey? Can I get one of the mods to drop Uncle Mo's YouTube channel link in the chat? Shout out to all the fantastic content creators up in here. Good evening, Ruben. How you doing? So you all see this. Y'all following me. So he got a permit to simply have the cleanup done from the alleged fire that he claimed somebody broke into the building and just lit shit on fire. It's the smaller gym, he said, where the brand new Mercedes-Benz drove into the wall, into the gym, and then lit that on fire. Because, you know, for some reason in his reality, people want to light a brand new Mercedes-Benz on fire. God. You can't make this shit up. Umar, did you do that? Thinking you were going to get a big insurance payout? These buildings more than likely are not insured. I haven't seen any evidence that these buildings are insured, by the way. Something like that happens, you know, you can't even file a claim. So $3,000 for the contract, for this contract company to come in and do a cleanup. That's it. They didn't do anything else. They have to be specific in what was done. If there was installation, if they remodeled, anything along those lines, it would be noted on the permit because they have to specify what work is being done. It might require additional permits if you are talking about installing drywall and electrical wiring and all those things. Whatever you're doing to renovate and install and repair might require additional permits for that set of work to be done. Does that make sense? This is simply to clean up. That's it. Now, what I did not see on the city's website, let's go back to it, was an inspection report. We just looked at the permit. So when you go down here, you see building, rough framing, building, final. Click on this. Nothing here. No links to click. No other documents linked. Y'all see that? Blank. All right, blank, 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 blank. Ain't that here? Y'all see that? Blank. That's where we at. Building, rough framing, Douglas, Frederick, garbage, nothing. Nothing else here. Fee amount 0, paid to date 0, 0 balance, nothing. That's the first line. Let's see what's on the second. Let's see what's on the second. This is the final. Blank. Nothing here. Now, is the inspection report available as a FOIA request? Perhaps. I don't know why an inspection report now. Violations is one thing. I don't know why the inspection report will not be available to pull. But as you all can see, some information would be populated if it existed. Even if you have to get the report separately, they should have something there. They don't have anything there. It's all blank. So that's just for the first permit. Let's go back to, and this was the permit. Y'all remember the amounts. This one was for the $36. There was a second permit in here for $55. I want to make sure I go back. This is on the city's website. You guys can always go check it out on the city of Wilmington decitizens.munisselfservice.com. Put the link in there. And then go back. And back again. There we go. So it's going to take me back to the search results. Let me drop this link for you all. And if you guys want to play around with it, feel free. Have fun. There you go. All right. So let's see here. Wolves of Black Wall Street. How you doing? Let me repeat. The city will not inspect unpermitted work. Exactly. You have to have a permit for the inspection too. Thank you for saying that, because I wanted to make sure I clarified all of that. You got to have a permit for the inspection. Just want to make sure if that's all out there. All right. So Umar is planning to ditch into Ghana and starting this whole scam cycle all over again. What's going on, Camille? He probably is. What's going on, Camille? How you doing? All right. Real Phoenix said cohorts and geriatrics is diabolical. Yeah, they think they own YouTube. Can't make this up. All right. So let's go to the second link on the website here for the $55. All right. So y'all can see what that is. As you all can see here, it says fire rep. This was the permit because he said it was a fire. This is the permit for a fire representation to come out and do an inspection. Now, what I will say is any fire reports will be on file with the fire department. That's a whole separate FOIA request. Okay. So y'all can see here the permit status issued was a permit type fire invoice. Issue date July 29, 2021. Contractor name. This is from the fire department, Heather Cunningham, and the ID number. And you guys can see here fire reports, flat rate of $55.50. $55.50. And if you pull this image up, what you'll get is, hold on, because I have it up. Do I have it up? Yep. Let me show you all. If you all can see this, want to make sure, because you can't see it. Hold on a second. Hold on. Because we want to be thorough. Boom. All right. This is what you'll see when you click on that. Wait. That's not it. Oh, come on. Share this tab instead. Y'all see that? I want to make sure y'all see it because I got to switch between StreamYard and YouTube. Okay, yeah. So y'all see at the top it says fire invoice. Let me zoom that in. So fire marshal's office is where you will get those fire reports, right? And then this is the phone number to the fire marshal's office here, 302-576-3120. Issue date of July 29, 2021. Project description, fire report. And then, of course, they got FDMG, contractor name, Heather Cunningham, and you see her email here. And if you want to get these reports, you got to get it from the fire marshal's office. But y'all can see here, this is just for the fire. Right? I had to get a permit for that. So hopefully that helps to help address the issues with this particular bando. Because I just want to make sure I got through all of this information. And I want to make sure I'm not leaving anything out. So if you guys are on the city's website, you can click the permits are there for you all to pull up. Inspection reports seem like you would have to either do a FOIA to get it from the city, or if you want a fire report, you get it from the fire marshal's office, but you can get a FOIA request put in for that. They may charge a little. I don't know how much, but it is available to retrieve through a FOIA. But if there were any renovations done, any upgrades done, you would need permits, and it would specify that. Because we all know renovating a classroom or a gym or anything, it's more than just putting up some plywood, right? You got to have electrical and wiring and heat, AV, AC vents and all that stuff, do the interior. All of those things require separate permits for that. And the fact that we only see 2 for this particular bando lets me know. Y'all see that here? He had no intention of doing anything beyond just the bare minimum. And that was to ensure that at the very least it was cleaned out, probably gutted, and vacated. Now, you all wonder why he never goes inside the building. What would we see if he went in? Probably doesn't have any power on. If it's vacant, then more than likely there's no electricity. My whole question is, who in the hell would want to pay that monition, that judgment, for that bando that's not in use either way, that he had no intention of even opening? Why pay the judgment? Well, how else is he going to keep getting his cult members to keep giving him money? He's got to give you all some illusion that he's doing something with the money, right? Even though it's a waste of money. But, got to give some illusion. As opposed to him putting his pride and ego to the side and just giving the vacant property back to the city, letting it be bulldozed, turned into a parking lot. It's uninhabitable. The bigger building with the dead bird in it is uninhabitable. We saw that from the violation report. So why keep it? Well, grifting is what he does. This is the lie that Umar perpetuates and has been doing so for 15 years. And of course, he's not going to sit down and just repeat himself when he says, oh, I had no intentions of opening the bigger building, just a smaller one. Of course, he had no intentions of doing that, because why? He wants to pocket this money. That's how he is. It's called the scam. And you got people who are thinking about paying him $500 a month for their child to walk into the smaller bando, where that one will not pass inspection either. Crazy, and it's absolute madness. So, shout out to all of you all for tuning in. We got some more content videos to look at. I wanted to get to, let's see here. This one is next from Enterprise. Enterprise, shout out to you. Enterprise went back up here, you all, to tour, just to confirm once again, renovations are not damn complete. Because Umar, you lying Oompa Loompa, they're not. It's mighty funny how you can't manage to produce a receipt that you bought a building and K-12 management bought them. But yet you want people to think that you're doing something to open it. And you said, Umar, renovations are complete. Because you keep lying like hell. So let's check out. And make sure you guys go check out Enterprise. Show some love to Enterprise, please. Let me drop the video link in the chat. Show some love to Enterprise. Tomorrow, we're going to, when we go live tomorrow, Enterprise, I will drop the link for you to come up tomorrow. Only reason why I can't do the panel tonight, because I got to do another live, and I still got to get ready for work tomorrow. Y'all know how it is. It's crazy. So tomorrow, we will have a panel with Enterprise coming up and going over some information of what he has in the video here and give his thoughts on it. So it's going to be something else tomorrow, y'all. We're going to do a panel tomorrow. But I want you all to understand the lies that Umar perpetuates, he could care less. Because he has people still thinking, and he has others pushing out this dumbass lie that he is doing renovations to these buildings when he's not. He has no intentions of opening the bigger building, the 610 building, where he owes 12 grand on vacant property registration fees. Didn't even get a waiver on it. Don't sit here and ask the government to give you some help, Umar, if you don't want the government's money. then don't even think about a waiver. You lying hypocrite. Y'all, let's get to this. Hit the 4 when you can see and hear. Let's go. Good job.
Good afternoon, good people. Enterprise Entertainment. Not back with another review. We back with another update. An update from Fraud DMG.
Can't believe it.
Now, he just had a Loon interview on the It's Up There podcast. Father David had him on his podcast. And of course, the shameful, disgraceful podcast that he just did on the Breakfast Club. These 3 entities absolutely need to be ashamed of themselves for Black people. For saying that you want goodness for Black people, for saying that you want excellence for Black people, not promoting such a charlatan like this. And for people like Charlemagne, who wanted to ask softball questions, people like Loon, who wanted to ask softball questions, people like Father David, who wanted to act oblivious, like this dude is doing something for the conscious community, allow me to introduce y'all to what is really here in FDMG.
Ooh, child. More trash.
We have trash littered all over the ground.
Oh my God.
You see right there, Charlemagne? That's black mold. In case you don't understand, that is a bio and a health hazard. Not only to adult human beings, but especially kids with compromised immune systems. See, we have unfinished outsides to buildings, storm drains not connected.
This is crazy.
We got trash littered on these streets. We won't even get to these other buildings. I'll just have...
Y'all see that building over there? That's the 610 building. It's boarded up. It is absolutely vacant. It's boarded up. Who knows which rooms were affected by this fire, by the way? Because let's not forget that now. That building had a fire in it. And then he claimed it was water damage. So who knows which rooms were affected? The 4 rooms based on the permit that were cleaned up from the fire damage. We don't even know the 4 rooms. But you all see it's boarded up. So how was renovations completed? Because once again, Umar does not specify and say that he's only opening the smaller building. Because he knows people are going to ask, then why the hell are you asking us to fund the bigger building to be open? We're not giving you all this money if you're not going to open both for the buildings. Then he will really have to give an account for how he spent this money. And why would anyone pay the judgment from the writ of monitions on this 610 property when you all can see clearly it's boarded up? Why would the water be flowing? Water and sewage bill was included in the writ of monition. For what? This is absolutely asinine. And Umar is an idiot. Give it back to the city of Wilmington. Let them tear this shit down and use it for a parking lot. He could have a better use of a parking lot. And in that way, you know, if anything does happen where he converts the other smaller bando into a church, at least people will have somewhere to park. Because I highly doubt this becomes a school. I'm telling you right now, Umar, CPS and DFACS will be waiting at them damn doors. You should lose custody if you take your kids and drop them off in these bandos.
Clips of photos of those.
Crazy.
We talking about the one that y'all keep promoting, that he keeps promoting, that he puts money into. Fresh trash out
Hit
here.
that like button for me.
While he's doing all these illustrious podcasts, you know, his 300 dates that he goes on every single year. Why are you not putting the people's money into the people's building, as you like to say? Same crack foundation, but renovations are complete. We're ready for inspection. The certificate of occupancy.
And a blah, blah, blah.
You see the mold creeping through the cracks of this?
He said this school is excellent
Charlemagne,
condition.
Envy, where are you at?
They don't care. Look at that.
I want to see you mugs send your kids here first. Look.
He didn't even try to paint this, y'all. Look at his concrete missing, poles sticking out here. This whole block of concrete cement just missing here. Y'all know Charlemagne and DJ Envy will not be sending their kids anywhere near these bandos, right? They will not be bringing their kids to these bandos for an education. Plus, it will be unaccredited. So it won't mean anything either way. Umar might as well just do a daycare or a summer camp. He could just have this be like an aftercare program type thing. He keeps lying about it being a school, and he knows that he does not have the intelligence or the wherewithal to actually turn this into a feasible, accredited school. Then your kids end up behind, because if they desire to even get an actual diploma, they're going to have to take classes in an accredited school. Or else you've wasted your kids' time, and I hope they grow up and be mad at you for the rest of their lives. It's a complete disservice. It's disingenuous. Your kids want to go to college, but you had them waste 3-4 years at FDMG in a bando that was not accredited. And for what? Because Umar Johnson? Your kids pay the price for that, not you as the parent. I tell my kids this all the time. Mommy graduated from high school a long time ago. I'm not helping you with your homework like that. If it's like algebra, trigonometry, nah, y'all gonna have to look that up. You got fractions or something, we can do that. Anything beyond that, nah. What y'all teach y'all today? I done already taken these classes. Mommy has graduated. Because I want them to be independent and learn how to get information and learn on their own. But they're going to schools that have an accreditation. These do not. And that is the worst thing you can do as a parent. Rob your child of a real education from an accredited school where you're setting them back and they got to start all over again if they take their educational career seriously. If they decide they want to go to college or get a real job. What the hell classes is he going to offer at these bandos again? Yeah, okay. How he's going to pay the teachers and staff?
Look at this.
Craziness. Y'all hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. Hey, Fast Boogie.
We got liquor bottles. Look at this.
Yeah, this is insane.
I was just up here a couple months ago. Sign still isn't cleaned off.
It's a biohazard in that bush.
Broken bottles.
Look at that. Broken bottles. Oh.
Seems like some of the crap that was up here before, somebody picked it up. I don't know if it was moist or not, but
more than likely he did.
We got other trash here.
Yeah, this is insane. More trash.
Look at this.
Umar, you nasty as hell.
You can't gallivant off into the night constantly and not upkeep your grounds and not take care of your buildings.
And the Oompa Loompa is out there putting out rock salt 2-3 weeks ago in a little styrofoam cup, but he couldn't pick up the trash. I thought he had those physical security guys out there. Umar, where your security guys at? So you have nobody that's working groundskeeper? Yeah, oh, that's right. He doesn't have staff. Got it.
This is the extent of his legacy.
Oh, this is crazy.
So that's what a real school bus looks like. Ooh, moist. They're going to a real establishment and institution. Look at this. It's supposed to be a safe haven for children.
Y'all see the beer bottle glass?
Y'all
see that? It's just all over the ground. Look at that.
It's supposed to be a safe haven for children.
Gross.
Newsflash. Charlemagne, Loon, Father David. That particular bag of trash has been there for at least since I want to say November. I've done video. That same bag of trash.
Dear Lord.
It is getting ready to be April of 2026.
Is that a body in a dog?
While I'm down this way, even though I'm going to take pictures of it.
This is crazy. Crazy back here. Hey, Flossie, how you doing, girl? How you doing, Maximum?
This is what we say is opening for black boys.
Is that
buildings full of mold?
This is gross. God, this is the 610 building here.
All the way up to the tippy top. No, they can't be pressure washed and power washed off. These buildings literally would have to be destroyed, torn down to the ground, new foundation laid, and then built up again. We're talking about millions of dollars in project. Charlemagne, Mr. Bestseller, are you putting the money up? Because you're endorsing him to get likes and clicks on your little radio station.
His bullshit
Envy,
show.
are you putting the money up? I'm sure you got money from your various real estate ventures, right? Loon, since you were endorsing him, since that's your boy, you putting the money up? Look at this.
Oh,
all that is mold and soot on that entire walkway. I want to see any of y'all put y'all children here first.
Crazy.
Since he's such a pillar to the black community, since he's such an asset to the black community. Boarded up doors.
Look at this. Boarded up.
All the money he's collected. Since we don't know, since we can't say for sure how much it is, we're wrong. The struggle strillers are wrong. Fine. Where's the money you have gotten?
First of all, Umar, you will never get that much credit out of me. Where is the proof that you bought a building? Hey, the deeds don't have your name on it, pimp. I see a question asked in the chat here because I am going to address this. Hold on. Let me go up because I just, stuff like this is something else to me. It's something else. Okay, you have all this proof. Now what? They shouldn't be opened. What are we missing here? He's scamming. I thought I made it clear a long time ago when I first started reporting on Umar. Now what? He's a scammer. He's a con artist. Anyone that takes kids to these bandos should lose custody. That's what. The whole point is to point out the lies that he tells. He's not even opening the bigger building, the one that's boarded up. Now what? Why isn't the conscious community suing his ass again? At the very least, they could get discovery and be creative. They'd rather be bedazzled by charts and graphs, Maryanne. Because, they were so colorful and so detailed. We've never laid eyes on these charts and graphs, and Maryanne is an inveterate liar. We can't even trust that. But they too scared to take his ass to court, though. You asking me now what? Why don't you ask the conscious community when the hell y'all gonna sue him? When are you all gonna stop kissing his ass? When are you all gonna stop letting him do what he wants to do? That's what. He's scamming people. He's lying to your face. And it doesn't even bother him. He's delusional. And he wants to put kids in these bandos. And if he doesn't get what he wants, he's threatened to try to do some sort of protest upon the city, to which I hope their response is, we have an army. National Guard, come on out. That's what the hell he raising money for. That's what. Y'all trying to queen of YouTube today? Is that what we doing? Are we trying to queen of YouTube today?
You ain't even changed the sign on that one yet. But I forgot. This is the baby.
There's something else, y'all.
A legally mounted door. Painted for aesthetics. That added for aesthetics. And yet, your own address label is full of dirt and soot and can barely be seen.
Let's not forget the illegal windows here. They're two-way mirrors. Umar, do you really think that a person in their right frame of mind would want to be in a building where they can't even see outside? You can't see inside the building. And the kids inside wouldn't be able to see outside if it's a two-way mirror. Why you can't see inside the building? This is Umar now trying to open up some school where he called a cult leader a great man. What's the guy name? The one that is in prison for over 100 years. He thinks that guy is a great man. And he shouldn't be around children. Now you want Umar to be around children? Are you all sure you want Umar to be around your children? When he's sitting here calling a Malachi York, thank you, calling Malachi York a great man, and he's in prison for over 100 years, he pled guilty to essaying children as young as 5 years old. Umar called Malachi York a great man. And now he wants to open a school where you can't even see inside the damn building. And you got these dingy, dumbass women that think, oh, this is the best thing ever for black boys. But can't even tell you what he's doing with the money. No evidence that he even bought the bando. Keeps lying like hell about that. No proof that any renovations has been done. No inspections been done that's actually passed and cleared these bandos to open. The bigger one is vacated and it's not going to open. He said that himself. And you got someone that's willing to be this delusional in some alternate reality to be around young children, and you can't even see inside the damn building. That's some messed up nonsense. Now you see why I keep saying that these parents should lose custody.
To his supporters, this is who you endorse.
Crazy.
To the podcasters that bring him on, this is who y'all big up.
They don't care about stuff like this. They just care about views.
Who y'all say that's not a scammer.
Hit the like button.
Who will sit across the street with this in the background talking about,
thank you, Maxim York. Yeah.
Run your PayPal.
Ciao.
When I pulled up, I got out my car and there was a couple groups of kids, group of girls and group of boys. I asked them both, you guys going to FDMG when Umar gets their school built? They were like, no.
Can't make this stuff up, man.
The boys didn't even know what I was talking about. The girls were like, no.
Hey, Coco.
I go somewhere else. Happily. So where's all this my fandom and my notoriety is going to draw kids in? Again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. The city of Wilmington doesn't even know your name. They don't know you exist, which is why you haven't went into any of these city entities.
You don't even see him at City Hall meetings.
Moist. Every time you go live, every time you podcast, every time you have something to say about these buildings, I'm going to live. I'm going to video. I'm going to get back to the people what's really out there and what's really real. Because if these punk behind podcasters won't do it for the sake of their wallets, I'll do it for the sake of the people and their money. This is Enterprise Entertainment.
Enterprise Entertainment.
I'm going to continue to expose. I'm going to continue to talk.
Keep at it.
We out.
Y'all, you can't make this up. Shout out to Enterprise Entertainment. Shout out to them. Yeah, this is so crazy.
Just when you thought the
Oh, man, that was awesome. And we'll go over and have him up tomorrow on the panel. But yeah, Enterprise Entertainment. Hold on. I wanted to see it first. Yeah, because Umar is out here talking about $250,000 missing in donation. So he gave one amount of $750, even though he has no receipts to prove that he bought the buildings, because K-12 management bought the buildings. But he has no receipts that he bought anything. And we could go on the city's website to see how much was paid for the bandos. Yeah. Because we I showed you all the D's. You just can't make this dumb stuff up. Umar, you lie like hell. And it's so stupid. Your lies are dumb. You understand how dumb you lie. When the city website reflects how much was paid for the two bandos when K-12 management bought them, not you. And you are not K-12 management, Umar. That's a whole different company. So you didn't buy shit. K-12 management bought the bandos. And not one receipt to prove that he's even financing anything to pay them back. None of that. Nothing. Now I understand why I won't give him credit for this crap. He needs to prove it. He needs to show receipts, show transactions, show documentation and evidence. People just believe what he says when he's giving 2 and 3 different amounts. Y'all, shout out. This is to Street Media TV. Make sure you go check them out. We're going to check this out. I know someone, was it other Poetic Flacco? I'm not pulling his video up.
Umar Johnson, the last time he was on the Breakfast Club, vowed to never return to the Breakfast Club until after the school was finished, after all the renovations and everything else in the school was finished. So now that the school was finished, he makes his return to the Breakfast Club. Now, mind you, he's been collecting money since 1619, right? Listen, he came over here on his ship from Africa, right through Chesapeake in Virginia in 1619, and he started collecting money. And all the people that was with him, they done died off now, but Umar is still here. He's still going strong. He's still promising to open up that school, right? It was once he was saying he's going to open it up on Plymouth Rock, but now he's opening it up in Delaware, right? And he's been collecting money for centuries. And now he says the school is ready, right? So he was back on the Breakfast Club talking to Charlemagne. And remember, he's talking to Charlemagne, who is the great grandson of the original Charlemagne that he started collecting money from in 1619. The Charlemagne's family was the first people to give him a donation to his school when he first came here on his ship in Virginia, right? So now they're having this conversation. This is what they say.
Frederick Douglass's birthday, we completed the renovations at FDMG, so we completely done. We just
school is done.
School is done.
Congratulations.
We're just trying to get an inspection now.
You know what I find interesting, Dr. Umar? People would like to say you a scammer, right? And I say Dr. Umar has the school. The school is
I don't mind the allegation.
He does not have the school, Charlemagne, because you can't read. You could have went on the city website. You could have looked at the deeds for the properties. You will see he didn't even buy them. One of them is completely vacated. They're both still sitting on the vacant property list for the city of Wilmington. You can't make it up. I implore all of you to go to the city's website and pull up the Excel spreadsheet that I pulled up earlier. They're both sitting on the vacant property list as of this year, 2026. He owes vacant property registration fees for both of the bandos. But he said himself, the agenda was to only open the smaller building. And Charlemagne didn't bother to do his homework and at least watch a video and pull anything up on the city's website. He's an idiot and an effing moron.
I've seen the renovations. But the school is there. They can't say you didn't use the money
for 7
to
years.
buy the building, to renovate it, and all of that type of stuff. But
So they've been letting Umar get away with this foolishness for a long time. Now remember, right? In 2019, he said he bought the school for $400K, right? But he also told Charlemagne, the great grandson of the other Charlemagne, the original Charlemagne, that in 2015 he raised $500,000, right?
Yeah, but we're talking about my fundraiser for the school, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say one of these, and I hope they do write a check. You know what I mean? These
Macklemore comes to you and says, I'm going to give you $2 million, and I got 500 gay kids that I want to enroll in your school, Dr. Umar. What do you do?
You're going to have to put that check in another name. Give me that $2 million. But no, seriously, if you want to donate to the fundraiser, you go to GoFundMe.com/Dr. Umar, GoFundMe.com/DRUMAR. Now, when you look on the GoFundMe, we only raised 160, but most of my donations have been mail-in checks and money orders. People don't trust the internet.
GoFundMe.
So, but we raised $500,000 in a year.
That's great.
But the problem with that, if we only raising $500,000 a year in the school,
He said he raised $500,000 a year. That's $500,000 because Umar doesn't know his numbers.
cost $2 million.
Yeah, about 4 years.
Thank you. That school ain't gonna be around in 4 years.
That, yeah.
So I need a check.
Mhm.
I need a check. I need Jay-Z. I need that check. Puff, I know you're listening, Puff.
Oh yeah,
all my rappers
on the
out
Vote
there.
TV right now.
Why are you trying to get it from people in Hollywood again? Because they're not sending their kids to that. Why are they gonna give you money for some bullshit and they're not even sending their own kids to this? Same thing with Charlemagne and Mark Lamont and all them other clowns that kiss your ass. They will never send their kids to FDMG anything. They don't even care what the name of it is. Charlemagne sitting here talking about you got schools. No, he has vacant properties, you dumbass. Good grief, that dude is stupid.
I need that check.
It's gonna be hard.
And we tax exempt, so they can write it off on their taxes. Help me get this school so we can give our boys a new reality.
The part I don't understand.
Y'all don't even have a tax document.
Charlemagne, well, I do understand because I told y'all who Charlemagne is and who Umar Johnson is, right? Y'all all being played, but he can come on this show and he don't get no pushback. Because Charlemagne gets pushback, you know, to a lot of black people that comes on the show. He says a lot of off the wall stuff. But when it comes to this Umar Johnson, Umar been promising a school for 10,000 years, and he ain't got a school. He said he collected $500K in 2015 in 1 year. So in the last 11 years, how much money has he collected? He's collected thousands. And it's been quiet. I don't know, for life of me, man. Like, this thing gets real goofy. It's real crazy, and I don't know, man. I really don't know. Because he could just say and do whatever he want to do when he come on a Breakfast Club.
I'm glad we went the way that we went. It's the first school in American history built exclusively by donations from African people from around the world. Every single continent, nearly every country donated to FDMG.
So what are you going to be opening the doors where students can start?
Well, we got to get a certificate of occupancy. I can't answer that. You feel me? See, it's always something holding me. If we had it right now, I'm confident we can start August, not this year because you only got a few months, but of 2027. You feel me? But the question becomes, here we go again. We're completely done. How long before you give us our paper so we can start planning for the children? And I can't answer.
So, you know, we watching these clips from the past because, you know, he would come to the Breakfast Club for years and talk about the school being open. Now, mind you, he made a couple weeks ago, he said the renovations was done, the school was going to be open, but we haven't seen anything. He hasn't been.
Umar, where are the permits to show that renovations have been done and a permit for an inspection, let alone an inspection report? Because you know this has to be inspected in order for it to be open for you to get that certificate of occupancy. You need a permit to start off with. You're not even opening the bigger building. So when you say the school is done, you don't clarify that you only mean the smaller building. He never clarifies that. And yet somebody paid a judgment from a writ of monition on the bigger building that he never intended to open. Think about that for a second. Thousands of dollars wasted, according to the court website, on a judgment being satisfied for the 610 building, the one with the dead bird, that he never intended to open. So Charlemagne come again about what school he gassed when he never intended to open one of the buildings. He's not going to open it. So what you mean he's got schools? He has vacant properties to which he's paying fees for because they're vacant. Charlemagne is really stupid. He's a really dumb ass idiot.
Standing outside the school or maybe inside the school where he's showing that they inspected everything. It's passed inspection. We got the money now. We're gonna open up the school. We can show you it's accredited. He hasn't shown any of this stuff, and they're not pushing back. They're not asking nothing. They're not asking him nothing. This guy could just come and go as he please. He could just do what he want to do. And like I said, there is absolutely no pushback from the Breakfast Club.
Now, last time you were up here, we were talking about your school and the school that you opened.
FDMG Academy, the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. It's a bittersweet report, brothers, because let me make it real simple so y'all can understand this. We have two schools, right? They look across the street at one another. The Marcus Garvey building is the elementary school, and the Frederick Douglass building is much larger. It's the high school. Now, we're focusing on the Garvey building right now, right? If you were to say, how soon can that building be ready? It can be ready in 3 weeks. We only have 3 weeks worth of repairs, 3 weeks worth of HVAC, 3 weeks worth of electric, 3 weeks worth of plumbing. So if, hypothetically speaking, if a black tradesman, a black HVACer said, I'm going to come volunteer, I'm going to fix the system, you have to pay for all of the materials, but I'm going to donate my time. If an electrician, if a plumber said, we're going to donate our time to fix the system, but you have to pay for all the material, the school would be up and running in 3 weeks.
But see, here's the thing. When he's had people reach out to him that were contractors that wanted to help, he ghosted them all and ignored them because the grip is not getting the school open. The grip is in fundraising until Kingdom Come, lying about it being open. It won't even pass inspection. He ghosted someone that tried to give him free desk for the classrooms. Yeah, he ghosted that person. So what are kids going to sit at? I mean, they literally had the opportunity to get free desk. And he ghosted the individual that tried to give him free desk for the classrooms. Looked like enough desk to at least fill up 2 classrooms. But he ghosted that individual. He's had people offer him free property to build schools. And he ghosted these people. He blocked them. He doesn't deal with them. Look how bad he went in on Jamar. Jamar tried to help him, get him some support. And he just got mad, talking about, we got all of that. We just need the money because he just want money. That's how the grip goes on. This is the longest pyramid scheme ever for a dumb school that will never open. Because Bernie Madoff pulled off a long-ass Ponzi scheme, right? Umar's got the longest contribution scam ever. That's the grift. Let me have these people thinking that it's going to open and it's not going to open. Because he's already said, well, it's going to be something else. We got to get the inspection done. If we could get the certificate of occupancy, we would have already been open. But, that's going to be another hurdle. He already knows it's going to be a hurdle because he knows it's not going to pass inspection. And then he knows that this scam is not self-sustaining. Like any other pyramid scheme, it's not self-sustaining. He has no revenue stream to ensure that teachers and staff are paid. No insurance on the buildings. So your kid go in there and break a leg or an arm. That's it. They just broke it today. Good luck to suing FDMG. They don't even have insurance. Good luck to your kid going in there and getting sick. They just going to breathe in all that nonsense. And then what? If you work in there Allegedly, because it's not really a job. If you ain't paying, you can get paid. You volunteering. Good luck to that workers' comp, because you're not going to have it, because they won't have insurance. You go in there and you get injured on the job. No, you ain't get no workers' comp. What's that? He doesn't even have active permits on file right now. And he's saying that work still needs to be done, even though, get this, work is already completed. Because he lies like hell.
All we have. The problem is, Charlemagne and Envy, is I haven't come across Black folks who are willing to donate their time. That's one. So we have to raise enough money to pay market rate for those repairs. So the HVAC, the bills that I'm getting are ranging from $250 on up. The plumbing, the bills I'm getting are ranging from like $150 on up. You see, so we have to raise about $300,000 just to handle that. Where if we had some Black folk who was willing to donate their time, the school would be up and running in 3 weeks.
If they change their perspective of how they look at this, right? Like you bought the building, but I would look at it like a startup.
Outright, we own it, no mortgage.
Yeah, I would look at it like it's a startup. And this is what
they're in good shape.
The
schools are they're modern and not old. This was a charter school that was renovated at the tune of $13 million back in 2010. This is 2021. The school is only 10, 11 years old. They are modern. They're in good shape. The only thing
the bigger bando that had the dead bird in it, yeah, no, that's vacated because he's never going to open it. It was never an intention to open it. And we have the violation report now where the option was to renovate it or to vacate it because it's uninhabitable. Uninhabitable. Umar, they're not inhabitable. It's so funny to me how he just ignores this like it never existed. They're not inhabitable. Not inhabitable. Because you just can't make this stuff up. Y'all see this? The violation must be corrected within the time period noted or the dwelling vacated. Because it's either need to be corrected or vacated. Requires that no owner or operator shall let to any person for human habitation, and no person shall occupy any dwelling or dwelling unit which has been condemned and placarded. You can't even put people in that damn bando. The 610 property. None of it. Just so y'all see this. $12,000 he owes. For a bando he doesn't even plan on opening. He said it himself. That must be vacated or corrected. He vacated it. Not fit for human habitation. What the hell are we talking about? You would think Charlemagne would be able to just do a FOIA request and get this information, right? Because, I mean, you know, he's supposed to be a reporter and all, or whatever the hell he considers himself to be. You can't make this stuff up. Umar is so full of shit, it's not even funny. And he wants to put kids in this bando. Keep this in mind. He wants to put kids in these bandos. Kids. At the mercy of their parents, who should lose custody if they drop their kids off at these buildings. I don't either one. Neither of them will pass inspection. The bigger one definitely will not. And he had no intentions of opening it. But he's out here fundraising as if he is going to open it. But he won't give anybody an expense report or show any receipts of how much it actually costs to renovate the smaller building, let alone tackle the bigger one. And you got this conscious community that doesn't even want to sue his ass. You know, because of reasons. No, let's just talk about it. And Umar will do the right thing. If we talk to him, he'll do the right thing then.
The thing we have to do is the plumbing, the electric, and HVAC. We don't have to do no new construction. It's only repair. And that's why it's so frustrating for me, because it's only 3 weeks worth of repairs, not a month, not a year, 3 weeks worth of repairs, and the school could be up and running. So if I were Mexican, the school be done. If I were Chinese, the school be done. If I was East Indian, if I was Arab, if I was European Jew, if I was Italian, the school be done. It's only because it's us that we don't take something like this as serious.
So it's like raising money in another round for a startup company.
raising the money in another round for like a startup.
Well, tell them where they send donations.
Well, the donation should go to cash.me/FDMG school.
Now, this is where it gets crazy because remember, in 2015, he came with this idea for the school, right? 6-7 years later, he's on there. He's blaming black people for the school not being up. He's calling out athletes, entertainers. He's saying that black HVAC companies are scamming. Nobody's nobody's helping him, right? This is what he's saying, and this is in 2021. Then turn around, he comes right back in 2022. Mind you, it's 2026 now. In 2022, he says that the school is finished, right? But the school was never finished. And even back then, they still was giving no pushback, even though he was collecting money since 2014-15, right? And we had already had a whole bunch of allegations back then, right? They still gave no pushback. He was blaming all these black people as to why the school wasn't open. But then in 2022, he was saying this.
And first things first, man, congrats on the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. I've been paying attention. I see that you got the building.
Yes, sir.
You've been doing renovations on the building.
Yes,
I saw you put the HVAC in, all kind of other stuff.
We're just about done. Electric is awaiting a permit. HVAC is awaiting controls. They're actually at the school right now. Plumbing is just about done. They got one more piece. Fire alarm is done. They got to check one more piece to that. The monitoring system is done. I'm hoping by the end of the calendar year, we can get our inspection and have a grand opening in February, hopefully.
And you got to get accreditation too? Or?
Nah, well, your accreditation comes from the state.
Gotcha.
So it's the state that gives you the license to operate. If you want accreditation beyond that, you can seek out professional accreditation bureaus, but that's not legally required.
Man, why don't you talk about that more, Dr. Umar, especially being that they tried to clown you for so long about, not having the school?
That because if you know that your mission is genuine, it's no need to respond to the negativity because at some day, the fruit of your works will manifest.
Ooh.
You follow?
Yeah, no, it will not manifest because he didn't even buy the bandos. And he's not even going to get these bandos accredited. So your child's education is going to be some bullshit.
So my thing is, why argue when you know one day they're going to see the school?
Now talk about the process, because it was a long process.
It was a very long process.
Trials and tribulations and hurdles. So
yes, sir.
Talk about that a little bit and what you had to get through and also getting funding.
Yes, sir. We took our first donation in St. Louis 2014. We heard about the St. Paul's College, which was an HBCU closed in Virginia. They wanted $2 million, so we tried to raise it as quickly as we can. That was a bit ambitious. We didn't succeed. It was sold to an Asian company. Unfortunately, an HBCU sold to another race. I think it's a great disappointment for us as a people. So then we just started looking for a day school. So I went to Chicago, Detroit, Florida, Ohio, all over the country. I was just flying, looking for a school. And then in 2017, I was on LoopNet, which was my main source of new property. And I saw this campus in Wilmington, Delaware that I had heard about, but never had a chance to see. So I'm on my way to Nat Turner celebration, August 21st, 2017, the Great North American Eclipse. I stopped, I saw the campus. I said, this looks pretty nice. When I got back from Nat Turner, I had to go to Cuba first to get my IFA initiation. I practiced Yoruba spirituality. Came back from Cuba, and I got a chance to go into the school, and I saw it. I said, we want this school, but they wanted $2 million. We couldn't afford that. We only had $500,000.
So the man said that he raised in his first year $500,000. But then in 2019, he had $500,000. But what about the whole 5 years of you collecting money? Whatever happened to all that money? How you only had this amount of money that you collected in that 5 years? Where was all the rest of the money?
Yeah, y'all notice he blamed black people for not helping him open up this school for free because he want everybody to do it for free. He want people to give him free resources, all the money, free time, free labor, free everything. And yet he can't come up with a financial plan to generate revenue, a curriculum, a website, a nutrition plan, transportation. He can't come up with shit because he's an idiot. He's an idiot.
When Leonard Honor was showing that you raised damn near over $2 million, right? Over a long period of time. Like, where the rest of that money? So we already could see that he was misappropriating funds.
I had a chance to go into the school, and I saw it. I said, we want this school, but they wanted $2 million. We couldn't afford that. We only had $500,000. So I negotiated with them from August.
Who negotiated, Umar? You didn't buy shit. K-12 management bought it. Who negotiated? Who negotiated, Umar? Who negotiated? I'm curious to know, what did you negotiate, Umar? Because you didn't buy anything. Who negotiated? Remind me again, Umar. Who negotiated? Because not you. I'm sorry, you work for K-12? Delaware RE LLC? Is that because you didn't negotiate anything? K-12 bought the bandos. What did you do? You won't even give yourself a salary or list yourself as CEO on the tax documents. You have yourself listed as director. What did you do? When you don't buy anything, Umar, you don't have any say-so over nothing. You're not smart enough to negotiate. And the purchase price for the bandos is on the city's website. It's not even hard to look that up. Because, Umar, only your cult members fail to read and comprehend and understand. They're the ones with the limited vocabulary. The rest of us will just research this information and just go out and look for proof to debunk you. You the one that choose to lie like hell. What did you negotiate, Umar? Your name's not on here. Nope. You had nothing to do with this. They didn't need your help at all. I don't see Umar Johnson name nowhere on here next to Marcus Garvey, Frederick Douglass. I don't see his name after the ink. I don't see Umar Johnson at all. Jermaine Shoemake, Oompa Loompa, Squarehead, Lil Debbie, nothing. I don't see your name nowhere. What you negotiate? You blaming black people for not giving you free handouts and a bunch of money. You can't even get your so-called friends on the Breakfast Club to give you money. You dumb Oompa Loompa. Charlamagne gave you a check after you did this interview. Looking like a lemon head. Did Charlamagne give you a check, Umar, after you got done with that interview to go towards FDMG? Maybe he gave you the $500,000 you need to do whatever. That's a lot of business to Cinnabons. Maybe Charlamagne gave him a check and we don't know it.
Of 17 until February of 19. And they finally decided to sell us the building for the money that we had. So everyone listening, make sure you donate. Go to my website, drumarjohnson.com. Go to your Cash App and donate. $FDMG School. I repeat, $FDMG School on the Cash App. We need $1 million to restore the whole campus.
I'm glad that happened because I remember people was giving you so much flack. It was like, Dr. Umar collected all this money. The school never manifested. So I'm glad that you.
Well, the interesting thing about that is $750,000, and y'all know this, is not a lot of money for a commercial property. $750,000 to purchase a school.
Yeah,
for a school.
He said 500,000. Now he's saying 750,000 because Umar failed math.
Yeah.
You understand? And the interesting thing about that is $750,000, and y'all know this, is not a lot of money for a commercial property. $750,000 to purchase a school. For a school.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. And I got a chance to go into the school and I saw it. I said, we want this school, but they wanted $2 million. We couldn't afford that. We only had $500,000. So I negotiated with them from August of 17 until February of 19. And they finally decided to sell us the building for the money that we had.
Well, first it was $500K, then it turned into $750. So what happened to the other $250,000? Like, if you listen, you first he said they raised $500K. Then he said they bought the building for $400K, but he raised $500K, right? But then at the end he's saying it's $750K. So which one is it, man? Umar, we just listen, man. Listen, when it comes to our community, man, and you want to raise money, right? You got to have your business people. We need to see Umar Johnson's team. Who are the people that he has responsible for handling the business side, right? He's a teacher.
None. He has no one handling anything. Umar knows he's scamming. You don't bring people in to help you with the scam like that. You don't want other people to get too close because then they'll figure out, oh, this dude's scamming like hell. He already said he wasn't going to open the bigger bando, so what he need all this money for? Once again, we can go on the city website to see how much K-12 purchased the bandos for. That's on the City of Wilmington's website. It's not even hard to figure out how much they paid for the bandos, and it was well over $1 million. So once again, he didn't negotiate a damn thing. He bought nothing. K-12 bought the bandos, and each bando was well over $1 million. He didn't buy shit. He has no proof that he's paid any money towards it. Where the receipts at, Umar? I would love to see the receipts of transactions Well, you've made payments on any bando for any reason. Why would you buy the second building if you had no intentions of even opening? Now you're just wasting money on it. Somebody spent 17 grand on a judgment for writ of monition for the 610 building, the one with the dead bird in it, for you to still not open it because you've already said you're not opening it. So why even have that in your possession? Give it back to the city of Wilmington. No, the lie is, let me keep raising money as if I'm going to open it. I just want these, dumb black people that I keep getting money from to keep hope alive. And, because reasons and blah, blah, blah. And he's being positive and yada, yada, yada.
Has his degrees in teaching, not business. Who's running the administration? Who's running the business side of the school? Because it damn sure can't be him. Right? It damn sure can't be him. That school may never open up, man. Listen, we want to know where that other 250K at, Umar. Where is it? Right? Because you said it was $500,000. Then you said it was 250K. Then they say you raised $1.8 million. Some say you raised well over $2 million. And the Breakfast Club is giving absolutely no pushback. And yet and still, the school has still not opened. Right? But y'all guys let me know what y'all think when it comes to this, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button. Subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.
Y'all,
just when you thought the lies about the fake check was
this is Make a Change video about Maryanne and this fake ass check because we need to laugh. I've done a lot of explaining with documentation and Excel spreadsheets and deeds. Now we gotta have a good laugh. Maryanne, you're up.
Done. Maryanne Lorient presented another check. Maryanne Lorient uploaded a new video apologizing to her audience and showing a different check. She said that this is the check that should have been circulated on YouTube.
I also want to publicly apologize for the choices that I made at a time when I should have fall back and do what was right. I exercised poor judgment. I sincerely apologize for that. I should have let my integrity kick in. I should have let my better judgment, my faith kicked in. But unfortunately, that's not what happened. I can't unwind, Father Time's hand. I can't undo what's already been done. But I can reassure you, moving forward, what took place will never happen again. You guys have trusted me. You guys have tuned in and looked at me. You guys have been entertained by me. You guys have formed a bond with me, and I had a connection with my channel member. When I made those t-shirts, it was mind-boggling, the response that I got from each and every one of you. And I am sincerely remorseful what took place. That check that circulated on YouTube, I should have stepped in and did the right thing at the time when I had the opportunity to. I didn't. This is the check that should have circulated on YouTube. But unfortunately, that isn't the check that circulated on YouTube.
Interesting, because this check is for the same amount as the fake check. And what's the point of blocking out the date? So this is supposed to be the real check, the one that was deposited and cleared. After a check is deposited, if you logged into your bank account and printed out a copy, or had the bank print you a copy, it wouldn't look like that. The printout would typically have the front and the back of the check on one sheet. If you ever had a deposited check printed out, you know what I mean. If not, here's a perfect example. Here's another example. Also, when the check is deposited at the bank and scanned into their system, there is some degradation in the image quality. The edges of the text is no longer smooth or sharp. This occurs because when the check is deposited, there is a color conversion process that takes place through software that removes the color to boost the contrast, which allows the automated system to read handwritten numbers and text with greater accuracy. It creates what's called a bitonal image. Any pixel below.
Oh, I love this so much. Y'all see this? He breaking it down on how the check changes colors. Lord have mercy. Maryanne, I hope you learned something, because you didn't look any of this up before you went out and lied like hell. You just like Umar. And she's the one now, get this, that doesn't want to sue him, because the conscious community, blah, blah, blah. Girl, you didn't look any of this up. Oh, well done, Make a Change.
A certain brightness is converted to pure black, and any pixel above a certain brightness is converted to pure white. Here's another example of the process. There's no shading. Each pixel is either 100% black or 100% white. Now, with some banks, if you deposit a check via their mobile app, the image of the check that's customer facing, meaning if you log into your account and pull up a copy of the check, you will see the check in its original state. You will see a color copy. But that's not even applicable in this situation because Maryanne said she deposited the check at the bank. So what's the deal with the check? Is it fake? When you look at this new check Maryanne presented and compare it to a check that has been deposited and gone through the process we just discussed, there are some distinct differences. The degradation in the image quality is not present. The edges of the text is still smooth and sharp. Also, we don't see the pure black. If we look at the handwritten text, we see shading. This is more consistent with a document that has been created with a copier or a scanner. While some scanners and copiers have a bit tonal option, it's not a default setting. Also, this setting is not commonly utilized for daily copies and scans. So is the check real in the sense that it was taken out of a checkbook, most likely her own checkbook, which is why she blocked out the name. And that's where it stops. This check has nothing to do with Umar Johnson. I believe she took one of her own checks, wrote that amount on it, made a copy, and tried to present it as the check that was cashed. This is
Hello, how many people said that? How many of us said that? Y'all Rum said it. Who else said it? I've said that. I think Mind Chaos. How many of y'all hit the 4 if you said that Maryanne wrote this check? I think Rim was the first person I heard say that. Maryanne wrote this check out of her own account. Like she created a bank account and then she got checks, had to wait till they came, and then just wrote herself a check to cash and just took a picture of it, knowing damn well she wasn't going to deposit or anything. Y'all, this is crazy. Maryanne, you tried to fool people like you keep trying to play in people's faces, and then you have the audacity to insult our intelligence when your ass refuses to read an information on what checks look like when they're cashed. You know, that's a Google search. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to do what he just did. This information he pulled up, you don't have to get a master's degree to understand this. It's called reading, Maryanne. It's fundamental. It is not our fault, Maryanne Lorient, if you cannot comprehend and understand words that have more than 3 syllables. But I suggest you start, sitting down at night before you go to bed. Take 10, 15 minutes to read a book. Don't sit here and worry about what we're saying in our videos. You need to start reading a book, girl. This is a Google search. Y'all hit the phone. So many people have said flat out, this woman took a check and wrote it out to herself. Shout out to Rim. He was the first one that said that I heard say that. Rim. Because you can't make this up. And because she thinks that no one knows how check accounts work or checks. She don't know that we know how checks look when they're cashed and deposited. Did y'all notice the transaction details on the front of the check? Because I had a comment about that. I showed a photo of what a check looks like cash with transaction details on the front. People thought I was playing around. It's, once again, Google. For goodness sake, we have information at our fingertips. Google. I didn't have to make that crap up.
A certain brightness is converted to pure black, and any pixel above a certain brightness is converted to pure white. Here's another example of the process. There is no shading. Each pixel is either 100% black or 100% white. Now, with some banks, if you deposit a check via their mobile app, the image of the check that's customer facing, meaning if you log into your account and pull up a copy of the check, you will see the check in its original state. You will see a color copy. But that's not even applicable in this situation because Maryanne said she deposited the check at the bank. So what's the deal with the check? Is it fake? When you look at this new check Maryanne presented and compare it to a check that has been deposited and gone through the process we just discussed, there are some distinct differences. The degradation in the image quality is not present. The edges of the text is still smooth and sharp. Also, we don't see the pure black. If we look at the handwritten text, we see shading. This is more consistent with a document that has been created with a copier or a scanner. While some scanners and copiers have a bit tonal option, it's not a default setting. Also, this setting is not commonly utilized for daily copies and scans. So is the check real in the sense that it was taken out of a checkbook, most likely her own checkbook, which is why she blocked out the name. And that's where it stops. This check has nothing to do with Umar Johnson. I believe she took one of her own checks, wrote that amount on it, made a copy, and tried to present it as the check that was cashed. This is crazy. This is going to be my last video on this check issue. Also, and my advice to Maryanne is to just let the check thing go. Everyone knows what's up, and so do you. At this point, there is no need to continue the lies.
Y'all.
Hi guys, Maryanne here. I am building a winery. And my
shout out to Coco, y'all. This is a Coco video. Oh my God. I'm just here for the laugh of it all. She actually went here and did. Maryanne, you want to talk about, us doing videos and content and all this. This is your content. Your whole pivot was piss poor. And what do? You revert back to your favorite hobby and pastime, drinking. Yeah, we just gotta get some alcohol in.
downstairs basement underneath the stairs. It's gonna have climate control. I'm already penciling by the contractor. So today I took a trip to start building bottles for my winery. I did sign up in California for 2 bottles per month, and I'm signing here at a local winery where I'll get 2 bottles also a month. So I'm gonna have her explain to us the process. Hi, how are you?
Good. Welcome
Thank you. Can you explain the process? I'm a content creator to my viewer about signing up for the winery.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll make sure I get everything I don't mess up.
We have 3 different memberships here. We have 1 bottle, 2 bottle, or 3 bottle memberships.
1 bottle, 2 bottle, 3 bottle membership. Okay.
We can do them in sweet wine clubs or a variety wine club that covers all of the wines that we have here.
Okay. I'm a really sweet wine drinker. But even though I'm building the winery, I'm going to go with the sweet wine.
And that's a good start.
And then maybe are you allowed to change it later on?
Every single thing with this club is so simple to work with.
Okay.
Changes can be done instantly. Vacation holds can be put on it. There's
wonderful.
no cancellation fees. There's no startup fees.
Nice.
There's nothing like that.
Okay, that sounds good.
It is the world's largest wine club.
Okay, the world's largest wine club. So I'm going to go ahead. Do I get to sample anything today?
I can give you a couple samples
right
now.
That'd be nice. And then I'll get to pick 2 different wine bottles.
Like
okay.
Yeah.
So
if you'd like to look at the backside here where we have our sweet wine listed here, if you want to try a couple
I
samples,
know.
which bottle you'd like to take home
this
with
is
you.
the list to pick which bottle.
Maryanne, I'm gonna tell you right now. If you are out here drinking and driving, I'm gonna report your ass, and then I'm gonna sleep peacefully. You don't understand. It's not even safe for you to be behind the wheel of a car, and we're watching you guzzle down all this damn wine, which is still a form of alcohol. You can get drunk on wine. You know that, right? When you get a breathalyzer test, it's not a different reading for wine versus golden grain. Alcohol is alcohol. You're drinking alcohol in these videos, and then you're driving a car. And you can't just say, I'm not drunk, because we can't prove that. Not just by looking at you, what you might sound and look like is drunk more so than sober. But then you have the audacity to get behind the wheel of a car and brag about driving. Just tell us you're getting an Uber.
How to take home and a different flavor. So while she pours, I'll fill out the application.
Oh, I help the children.
While she pours and prepare my card for me.
Oh,
and then I'll give her payment. Matter of fact, let me give you that. Let me give her payment. To get that out of the way.
Coco is awesome.
As I fill. So I'm filling it out. And so the way it works, the one in California, the wine bottles are going to be shipped and delivered to me. But here, because they're local, I'll be picking them up. Okay, here you are. And you have my credit card. And then she's going to give me, thank you.
I have some blood orange pineapple.
Okay, and what is this? This is my card?
That is your card.
She just gave me my card. This is my wine card.
Oh my
so every
God.
time I pick up a bottle, I present this card.
Every time you spend $1 here, you present that card.
Okay.
So because you'll get points on the card. And so once you spend $350, you'll get a $25 gift card.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. And she's giving me.
Mary, why do we care about this? Because wine doesn't pay my rent. When you going to give me a cash app? Is that because I need my rent paid? Fine, Maryanne, you pay it. Send me a couple $1,000. You got $68,600. You can spend money on wine and you can't leave a super chat. Girl, if you don't kick rocks.
Back my credit card. She ran it. Oops. I don't have to show my credit card.
And make this up.
Put this in my wallet. Sorry, guys. I'm working with one hand. And do you need the card again? I can put this away.
Oh my God.
This is my wine card. She has all my information. I filled
She
it
gonna
out.
get pulled over.
And this is the first taste. Now, what is this? Pineapple?
This is a blood orange pineapple sparkling sangria.
Okay, blood orange pineapple sangria. Let's taste that. I like it, but it's not super sweet.
It's not super sweet.
Yeah. So the next one, give me a super sweet one. But I think for my guests, this would be nice. It gives you that fruity taste, but it's not super sweet. I'm a very sweet wine drinker.
Maryanne, it's wine. It's not Kool-Aid. You understand? We're not talking about Kool-Aid. Y'all, what you think she drinking? Y'all.
These are white sangria.
White sangria. I love sangria. So, okay, this is a white sangria.
That
Let's
is the
taste
size of
that.
the 4, so you get 8 of those at each tasting.
Ooh, 8 of those each tasting. I don't think I'm going to taste too many, guys. I got to drive back home. Now, this one I like. This one is this the sweetest? I really like this one. This one's nice. This one I love. This one, I taste the fruit, but it's not super sweet. I'm going to taste a third one and then make a decision for 2 bottles tonight, guys. So every month, I would get a bottle here, and then, 2 bottles. I signed for, every month, I would get 2 bottles here, and then 2 bottles over there. So by the time I'm penciled in, my construction work starts, I think the last Monday in June. So by the time my winery is completed, I'll already have some bottles to put in place. So she's going to let me taste a third one. What is this?
Oh,
This is called our Romance Red.
Romance Red. Let's try this. Romance Red. I think these 2 are it. This is good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the Romance Red and the White Sangria. Okay, I like the white one.
Go.
Good. I'm excited, guys. So also they have little knickknack while she get my bottles ready for me. I already paid for it. While she
Can't believe this. Listen, Maryanne, we gonna report your ass for drinking and driving. I'm not playing with you. What is the matter with you? They didn't take the keys from her at all. She already shaking the phone. Y'all, the camera's just leaning over to the left. Where you going?
ready for me? They have stuff that you can buy for your bar because my bar is off the wine. It's going to be off the wine cellar. So they have something like that. I don't think I'm getting anything today, but I already.
Y'all look at the camera too.
This is a nice piece. If you're having a party, I don't know if you guys can see it. That'll probably be something I invest in. And they have nice wine bottle. They have nice.
Girl. Girl. Hold on, y'all. It's like, can y'all still see and hear me? Y'all, they gonna give up breathalyzer. Oh, come on.
They have nice liquor bottle. I don't do liquor, but they have like a lot of nice things to add to your bar room. They got some of these, for snacks, which is nice. I don't know if you guys can see it. So I would get a couple stuff from them to place. Anyway, so she's getting my bottles. She's put them in a bag, and I'll show you guys how the presentation it's done. But this one is really good. I love it.
Look at her taking it to the head.
I'm a wine lover, but I'm really a sweet. So this is the first one.
Maryanne loves 1 herself. 2 Umar Johnson. 3 wine. Yo, shout out to Coco. Oh, this is so funny.
Oh, both of them are in there. So they put them in a bag for you. Both bottles are in there.
It's so true.
This is the red one.
Look, y'all.
And this is the white one.
Look, y'all.
We wrapped it. So I will do a video to show you guys the before space and then the after. So that's my little summer project, I think, which would be great. And if you guys are interested, now you guys know the process and you know where to come. If there's one, come see Sherry. Thank you, Sherry.
But y'all want to see it? Listen, Maryanne, you want to sit here and talk about somebody parent you should be able to talk about. I can talk about what the hell I want to talk about. Do you understand me, you miscreant? And yet you're drinking and driving. We don't know if you're not, inebriated. Only the police can determine that with a breathalyzer. Determining if you should be behind the wheel of a car. How many lives you out here putting in danger by driving after this? Y'all, this is not the first time we've seen this old drunkard take a shot or two or a glass or a wine or anything. Then she go to a restaurant just week before last, drinking, guzzling it down. She didn't even breathe in between. She's like, I need this. I deserve this. I need this. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, we need to find out where you at so we can get the cops over there. Maryanne, keep on with me, girl.
So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I think drinking it down because that would be great for my bar.
Oh yeah.
So this is they're full too. This would be something I would invest. I don't know if you guys
this is so crazy
to put for my bar. My bar sits exactly next to the where I'm gonna make the winery. So my basement is finished, it's complete, and I do have a certain storage area. I have the bar space, I have the theater room, family room, dining room, a full dining room, and the guest room with a finished bathroom. So that closet is like idle space. And then I did go to someone's house. They had a beautiful winery. So mine will be a lot smaller, but I think, to make that space useful, and it's a great idea. So I'm really excited. And like I said, I will make a video to show you guys that space before and to show you guys that space afterward. I hope you guys enjoyed this.
No, drink and drive
little video to show you a glimpse of Maryanne's life. All right. Good night.
Bye. Girl, bye. Y'all, listen. She wanted to sit here and do this. We gonna laugh at you. I told you, girl. I was going in on you all week. Next time you think about somebody saying they want to get their rent paid, just say my name. Maryanne, why don't you pay my rent? Candace could pay it too. I don't give a damn. Yeah, so let's listen to Ye Old Drunkard part 2.
Good morning. Maryanne's here. I wanted to bring my perspective on the latest interview that Umar Johnson did on The Breakfast Club. Now, I'm not going to pull up any other slide or bring you any sound bite. On my page, I don't really do all this hoop-de-doop. But before I give you my perspective, I want to share something in my channel. Remember, I had taken the time to reach out to Angela Yee, Maryanne Lorient, and I shared something with her that took place with Dr. Umar and a member on The Breakfast Club. This is before anything was signed. Factual. Now, this platform, what are they known for? You give them an information and they covers the story. Nothing became of that.
Huh?
So be it. So now, getting to my perspective.
Hold on. Why did you call Angela Yee? Angela Yee is not on The Breakfast Club, is she? Is she gone? What would you call Angela Yee for, Maryanne? Because I have many questions with that. How can you prove that you contacted someone who's no longer employed with The Breakfast Club? Where's the receipts? Thank you, Coco. I kind of figured that. Miss Coco said, yeah, she's gone. Identity with her said she's gone. Why would you contact somebody that no longer works with The Breakfast Club? What you want her to do? Doesn't she have her own show? You know what's so funny? We're calling Umar a scammer. You claim you had the opportunity to sue his ass in a class action, and somehow you allowed charts and graphs to deter you from that. Because you still could have sued him on your own. But no, the conscious community outvoted you and blah, 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 and pictures and graphs and blah, blah, blah. And we're back where we started. While you drinking alcohol and wine all over the place. What the hell did you contact Angela Yee for? Like, to do what exactly? Where's the evidence of that? Because, we can't trust nothing you say.
Umar Johnson stood in front of us, in front of those schools that he purchased with donors' money, a gift to Black women, February 13th, that all renovation was completed. FDMG's coming. He sits on this platform, and now he's pushing a date for 2027. How do we get there? So for me, as of now, Umar Johnson is no longer the focal point. I see him as a clown on the stage. The question I want to ask you all, when we look at The Breakfast Club, who is the corporate power behind The Breakfast Club, and what agenda are they really pushing? That's the question. They are platforming someone in our community who is extracting money from us. and not providing anything. Someone who is a cancer within our community. Now, just because we look at Charlemagne the Guy, we look at DJ Envy, we can relate to these people. They're our employees. They're employees like you and I. They go to a place of business, they give their time and labor, and they are paid just like you and I. Yeah, they don't run it.
No. I thought you said we didn't have any comprehension or understanding. We're doing nothing. We don't have any business about ourselves and blah, blah, blah. Didn't you say that about us? For some reason, you figure you just insult our intelligence even the more. No, the question is, why did you contact someone that is no longer employed with the Breakfast Club? And where is your evidence of that? What exactly do you want Angela Yee to do? Because you won't go to the conscious community, do a live stream, and then tell those people, y'all need to stop playing around with this bullshit. He's playing in our face, and we should not be afraid to sue him. Like, why can't you say that to your conscious community? While you sit here and talk about polite being a good person. Why you can't do that? That would help out a lot, Maryanne, if you actually told your conscious community that keeps funding Umar's dumbass to stop giving them money. And yet it's still, you get mad because someone says something that you don't like, even though you could have had the opportunity to put Umar in check with a lawsuit, and you refuse to do it. It's so crazy. The options that they have available to put Umar in line, these tig old biddies don't want to do it. You got the Umar Tardy Geriatrics Club refuses to hold him accountable. Opportunities where they could call the cops or fire department or police, paramedics, and actually have a report filed against his ass. Nope. We're looking out for him. Opportunity where you can sue him or countersue. Nope. They want us to just talk to him, because he's so positive for the community. He put out chart and graph. It was pretty colors. It's so bright. Oh, no. But yet, we tell her flat out, you're lying, produce evidence. We can't comprehend and understand them. Come on, clown.
They don't own it. They don't really have any decision power when it comes to the Breakfast Club. So we need to ask ourselves, what are we really supporting? Because when you tune into them, what are we really supporting? Back in the days, yes, they hanged you, or they'll set a bomb at a church, or they'll destroy Black Wall Street. People has evolved. They will come and destroy you and put people in front of you that look like you, and you don't even understand what's happening. What is really going on? I just had an interview. It took me nearly 5 months to get penciled in to sit down with the deputy chief of Wilmington. I asked the man, I kept the interview very clear and very basic. If renovation is complete, what time frame does one look at to get an occupancy certificate? The man told you, please go back and look at the interview. 30 days. It is a people-driven effort when you get to that stage. How do we go from February 14 and he's pushing us to 2027? It makes no sense. The question is the power structure, that platform a guy like Umar Johnson, what are their agenda? When we support by turning on, what are we supporting? That's the true question. And that merge the Breakfast Club did with Netflix. I'm just crossing my arm, sitting back and look. It's not a really rooted merge, in my opinion. Let's see how far this marriage lasts between Netflix and the Breakfast Club. Now, where I come from, we don't do a lot of talking. We're doers, action. I've reached out to three key individuals to bring this Umar dilemma to their attention. Now, there's no need to drop names. People are busy. And when you make a request, it takes time for them to look into it, to do their research, to do review, and to get back. So I'm going to give them time. I'm going to be patient, but I'm persistent. There will be follow-up. Now, these three individuals, like I said, I'm not dropping names. When something goes down in our nation, those are the faces that we see that are supporting Black people, that are championing for Black people. we have a problem. Umar Johnson has become a problem within our community. So let's see how they handle this. Again, like I said, this man
You
got on
gonna
the
get hold on. You gonna give 3 people time to do something that they haven't done in 15 years? Umar's been saying that he's gonna open a school for 14, 15 years in fundraising. So why do they need more time to still do nothing? You don't want to name drop. We just want proof that you reached out to somebody. He's been raising money for 2 bandos in the city of Wilmington since 2019. It is the year of our Lord 2026. 7 years has it been where nothing has happened. And you're going to give people more time to still do nothing? What the F? Do you understand what she's saying here? I'm going to give these people time to still keep ignoring his ass and do nothing about it. Because that's what they've been doing for 7 years. He literally said he's not even opening the bigger bando. He's only focused on the smaller bando, but he keeps raising money as if he's opening both schools. He won't even be able to pass an inspection, but yet and still, she had the opportunity to talk to somebody in the city of Wilmington, the liaison. What's the boy name? Derek something Walker. And not one time did she tell him, you know, those bandos have black mold all over. One of them had a dead bird was found on the inside, and there's a violation report now where it didn't even pass. It was like 4 or 5 good violations on it, and they vacated it. He's not even going to open it. Why don't you all take the building back from him? Not necessarily from him, from K-12 management. Why is he still thinking that he owns the building? It's been 7 years. So these 2-3 people she don't want to name drop, but you got information on me, Maryanne, is what you said. You gonna give them more time to still do a damn thing about Umar, who's gonna continue to grift off of the concept that he's opening up a school when he knows he's not. Why do you need more time for them to do nothing?
Breakfast Club, from what he told us from February 14, is not computing. It's not adding up at all. And he made it clear to you, your kid's not going to go there for free. How do you think someone below poverty level is going to be able, that's his base, going to be able to afford $600 per child? He made it clear it's not going to be free for your child to go to school there. And then there's another thing that doesn't sit well with me, the school not being accredited. It's like, that makes no sense. But he told you the accreditation that he had, that should be good enough for you to accept and send your child to a school that's not going to be credited. It makes absolutely no sense. So when that child done, and then they can't transfer anything coming from a non-credited school, what future does your child have? Is that okay?
Maryanne, you know, it's flattering that you're taking my talking points, because I said the same thing. I'm curious as to why you reached out to Angela Yee, but not the actual mayor or the governor, the city commissioner, the city manager, anyone that would be in charge of an inspection, the fire department. Why didn't you reach out to those people and to get them to do something about taking these buildings back from K-12? What is Angela Yee supposed to do? We're still stuck on that part because you never said.
What is the agenda of those who platform him, of
Lord, now
those
it's
who push him? Now, the Breakfast Club have encouraged our community to give this man money. The Breakfast Club have platformed this man. All of those who are participants need to be held accountable as well, period, point blank. No if or buts about the situation. And to the conscious community, I'm not a leader in the community. I don't own the community. I don't control what these people do in the community, but I think it's time, those who are in leadership position in the conscious community, it's time for a table around, people to sit together, and a collective decision need to be made where he won't be platformed anywhere in the community, where he'll be cut off, because I really believe the community has given him coverage, has given him as a form of buffer. And you know what? The community that's guilty as well. I, as an activist, I, as a concerned citizen, I'm going to tell you, please refrain from giving this man a penny, because this is ridiculous. This makes absolutely no sense. He came in front of us. He told us February 14th, all renovation is complete. FDMG is coming. Now he goes on a big platform and he's talking about 2027. What does that mean? Does that make sense to any of us? Listen, we don't need to have all the credential Umar Johnson have. We don't need PhD. We don't need a master. We don't need a bachelor. You don't need an associate. You don't even need a high school diploma to figure this is baloney, family. Absolutely, completely baloney. What is really going on here? That's the question. And again, like I said, when I share with Angela Yee what I share, I did not stutter. I did not choose my word carefully. I didn't dance around. I was crystal clear. And what I share with that woman.
What? Okay, why don't you play that video of you sharing whatever you shared with Angela Yee? Why don't you show the email? Why don't you show proof that you even talked with this woman? And you do know she's no longer with the Breakfast Club. What? God. Oh, y'all. So Maryanne just decided to do a video and reiterate my talking points. You know, but even though I can't comprehend anything and I can't pay my rent, you can make this out.
And that's on recording. And
Maryanne, I'm going to charge your
like
ass.
I said, at the time when I took the liberty to reaching out, this is before anything was signed. So the question is now, all of those who support him and give him a platform need to be held accountable as well. Please be mindful who we support. Just because they put someone that looks like you, just because they bring you someone that looks like you, that doesn't mean these people's agenda are in the best interest of your community. Umar Johnson is a problem in our community. Umar Johnson has become a cancer in our community. This man has taken a lot of money from our community and continues to solicitate money from our community. And then it's really, really making my mind think. There's a issue that came with some money regarding me. When I go to the authority, they're redirecting me to civil case. Oh, we're looking into this. We're doing our own thing. But this part, you have to go to civil court. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. We are at the bottom of the barrel. And it shows you when your community is not being protected, we need to come together collectively.
Lord have mercy.
He is a problem. And like I said, those three key people that I've reached out to, I'm going to give time. I am patient. But I could guarantee you, channel member, I will follow up. I'm a type of person, I'm persistent. Indeed, I am. Indeed, I am. And like I said, I didn't bring you no clip from the Breakfast Club. I didn't bring you no soundbite. I don't need to bring all of that to give you what I need to give you. But
Maryanne, how dare you sit here and try to make it seem like those who did somehow can't give us information? You taking my talking points. I should be charging your ass per word per minute. Literally. You're literally taking my talking points, girl. Even some of the terminology I use, you know, buffoonery, mind-boggling with an L in it. You can't make this stop. Oh, Lord have mercy. Jesus. Maryanne, come on, just get through.
Again, be mindful of who you support. Be mindful to think on a deeper level. What is the agenda of pushing this man and protecting this man? He's no longer a focal point for me. He's a clown on the stage performing. Umar Johnson is a joke. That's exactly what he is. Please refrain from giving this man even a red cent. He does not deserve a penny from our community. And then when you get a chance, go back and listen to the interview I did with the deputy. The man broke down to you in layman's terms, you know, the procedure of obtaining an occupancy certificate. He broke down the time frame when renovations completed, how quickly to get the certificate to move forward. Everything he broke down to you, this man, Umar Johnson, has not put in place. He's playing in our face. What is the true agenda behind all of this? That's the true question. Maryanne, Lorient, thank you. And that is my perspective on this latest interview that he did on the Breakfast Club.
Girl. Maryanne, girl. Oh, child, you can't make this stuff up. Yeah, she watches me all the time, Josephine, honey. She watches me all the time. That's why she thought she was saying something. She was saying, you can't talk about it. Umar, Candace is a homeowner. I hope so. She's got $244 million. Maryanne, you've got $68,000. You care to throw $2,000 my way? You're not paying my rent, you say? Oh, no. the hell? Oh no. Oh, this lady bet she crazy. Oh man, we gotta end this out right. Artiste did a video, y'all. Listen here. Oh, can I share this? Hold on. Y'all, don't mess with the LLC. This is gonna be fire. I have been waiting for this. They tripping. Shout out to Artiste. Shout out to my moms here. Thank y'all so much for holding me down and having my back. We're going to check this out. And we're going to end this out right. And tomorrow we'll be back at it. And we'll have up Enterprise Entertainment so he can give his thoughts on the newest tour that he's done on the bandos. I mean, this is, y'all, it's crazy how this idiot is still out here so easily being deceptive. And people are like, oh, you guys are just talking bad about Umar. How dare you be so negative? How dare you be so gullible? Watch out. I want to make sure you guys can hear this before we get to it. Can y'all hear that?
Oh, no, they didn't. You picked the wrong one.
Hit the phone.
You
hear that?
two's a menace. You definitely don't want none. MALLS, y'all, it just tripping. Think that you can mess with Lady Luck Club. You must
go.
Hit in the head with that change your stick. Stick. Allegedly, I think that y'all have a concussion. LLC, step aside, let the mods handle this.
Yeah.
Cause they think it's sweet, deny, and try to hide the basic things. Those receipts. Continue with your mama, cause
hey,
you'll be going. Just picking from the bushes to see when LLC comes on.
Oh my God. Thank you, Auntie. Y'all, we got a whole new theme song. Now I got to make sure I put this on StreamYard. And then we can have that as one of our intros. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Artiste. That warms my heart to know that you guys think of me and you're creating songs. Thank you so much. Y'all, we already got, listen, Coco did the video. Pull this up. Coco did a video to my baby Maryanne, meet me outside. You guys are awesome. I love it. Thank you so much. Y'all, this is so good. Then we got Coco here with the meet me outside. Y'all look out so well for me. I appreciate this. Y'all listen here. Maryanne.
Talk about my daddy. Meet me outside. LLC. I'm here with Umar, and you're going to learn to keep my daddy's name out your mouth. You want to talk about my daddy?
Oh, y'all, this has been a delight. Thank y'all so much for having my back. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all. Shout out to Artiste. This song is good, girl. We're going to end out on this one. I appreciate you so much. Don't mess with the LLC. We're not for play. Maryanne, we're not for play, girl. You understand? We're not for play.
They didn't.
You understand me? Maryanne, you paying my rent or what? How we doing this? Y'all hit the like button on the way out. And I will be back at it tomorrow. And if you guys could join me in the next live on Candice, it's going to be short and sweet. I promise you that. It's not going to be long. But until then, you guys, we're going to end out on this. Y'all have a good night.
You two's a menace.
Hit the like button.
You don't want none.
You don't want none, girl.
MALLS, y'all, it just tripping.
Tripping.
Think that you can mess with Lady Luck Club. You must got hit in the head with that change your stick. Stick. Allegedly, I think that y'all have a concussion. LLC, step aside, let the mods handle this.
Let's go.
Cause they think it's sweet. Deny and try to hide the basic things. Those receipts. Continue with your mama, cause you'll be going.